Do 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 do
Uh,
do.
do you not see my face on it?
Huh?
Do you not?
Did you turn your camera off?
Oh yeah. Stop
Oh
camera.
yeah.
There we go.
Oh, look at you. Hey, all right. We're smart.
There we go. And we are live. Cool. Glad you got my ignorance for the world to see.
Your ignorance. Of course I did. This is my first time using StreamYards for I guess a live. No, it's not the first time using StreamYards for a live stream. When I first started making videos and doing live streams, I used StreamYards because I didn't know how to use Streamlabs. I thought it would be too complicated for me. And yeah, I would record. I would record the videos with StreamYards as a private live stream, and then I would go through and then do whatever editing I needed to do, break this, break that, and re-upload it. The thing is, the I guess the processing took forever. So I said, screw it. I went downloaded Streamlabs. God, the names are too similar. And I figured out how to use it. I learned everything, one thing here and there. And yeah, now I prefer. We're gonna try this out. Good evening, everybody. What people are here? How we got?
I am checking the cast, the not the cast, the chat right now. Ark's show, or the one they edited, got
Mm.
canceled.
Hypnotics. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Like, if he decided not to do because he can't get like
I meant like I
guests
was
on
asking if he
Tuesday.
got.
I hope the Saturday live stream isn't going down.
We appreciate it, you Ark. We very much do. Oh, like I was asking
God,
if
what
he.
the hell is that?
Oh, sorry. I was putting my. I had Taco Bell, so I was putting the bag down. Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor us, I will gladly accept that.
Oh,
Give
good
me
lord!
all the nacho fries, and I mean all of
Sponsor
them.
us. Sponsor me in food. Sponsor me in food.
It'll cost you nothing to give me a nacho fries. They're potatoes.
The
They're cheap.
nacho fries.
They're delicious. Don't you mock the
Just
nacho fries.
Nacho Bel Grande all day long. Nachos Bel Grande. Gimme, 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 gimme.
Okay,
Okay,
he
good.
decided to
Yes.
do it. Not he wasn't
Yeah.
canceled via like cancel culture or something like that.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. I saw canceled, cancel. I'm like, no. I mean, I don't think they weren't saying anything too controversial on Saturday nights. Soft shell tacos, double decker tacos. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I make my own double decker tacos
Thank you, Ark.
whenever
I
I get.
appreciate the support.
Uh, I
But
make my own nacho fries. I make my own double decker tacos. I worked at Taco Bell for a year. I know how to do all that stuff. It's very simple, very basic. It's not complicated at all.
I
I
miss
just don't. No, see, I don't know why. Like the soft shell, the shells that they use at Taco Bell, I don't think any store actually sells the same size or like consistency of their wraps of their flours and stuff. Because like the ones you get in the store, they're too thick. They just I don't know, or I'm just making them wrong.
I miss the volcano burrito.
Yes, the nacho cheese Doritos Locos Tacos. Oh,
They're a
let me.
stoners. They're a stoners wet
No,
dream, but I love them anyway.
those Doritos Locos Taco shells. Oh my god, those are delicious. Those are absolutely delicious. The ranch ones aren't that bad, but the cheese nacho cheese ones are fantastic. It's almost like when Eggo decided to do syrup and they just looked around at each other. It's like, what took us so long? Because it seems like a no-brainer idea. Eggo waffles sells Eggo, syrup. You know, Doritos, Dorito hard shell tacos. That's like, why didn't anyone come up with that sooner? You know.
Because that was before they allowed stoners to work there.
Uh, oh. So how we doing? I am absolutely dead after today. Just Absolutely ridiculous. My brain was melted to the point where, as I was walking over to my computer, I was putting my vape in my ear and I was going to puff on my earbud and went, okay, let's put everything down and let's just take a moment now.
I I'm pretty good. I slept in today because I didn't have no tickets that were really due. Um, I didn't go remark that gas ticket, by the way, because I said fuck those guys.
Which one?
The one on 90 by the airport.
Wait, were they doing the yeah, we're talking about real world crap. Um wait, where they're repairing the gas leaks, where they called in a massive area and needed three spots?
Yeah, that the one
Yeah,
Corey
fuck those
told me
dudes.
about that, where he was like, "Yeah, no, my line is way out of the way for them." So I
Oh
said,
yeah.
"Nah,
Yeah.
you're not. I'm not going out there
Yeah.
to mark that for them. Fuck those guys.
Mhm.
I hate Atmos so much."
Crap. I realized. Hold on. It's not Atmos. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to go turn I just realized I didn't turn the AC on. Be right back.
I guess I'm here to entertain you guys, but yeah. So as I was saying earlier, I missed the volcano burrito, the nacho burrito. There was that really big XXL burrito. I used to get that too. Then there was the
XXL burrito. 7-layer burrito. That was my go-to. 7-layer burrito and the ranchero steak
those
burrito.
fuckers are discontinuing the quesarito. Like they stopped selling them on at the store because you can only get them. They had all the ingredients to make them. All right, but
All
they're
the
like,
ingredients to make everything.
hold
I
on, hold,
mean,
hold. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. They won't sell it
of
to
course
you.
not. No.
They won't sell it to you if you go ask for it at the window. You have to order it via mobile. And then the mobile sales, I mean, the sale of the quesarito declined because no one was downloading the fucking mobile app. And they're like, oh, well, no one must really like this product, so we're going to get rid of it. I fucking love the quesarito and those cunts. Sorry for
What was
everyone.
what was the quesarito? What was that?
It was like a quesadilla, but in a burrito style with like a layer of cheese and quesadilla sauce. And it was fucking amazing. You can get chicken, you can get steak, you can get beef. It doesn't matter. It was good. It was fucking good. And they got rid of it
So I'm
because
trying
it
to tell
wasn't.
if I'm trying to tell if the mute icon shows up on the YouTube live stream for when I'm vaping because nobody
I
wants
don't.
to hear.
I mean, if it means anything, I can't really hear it.
That's because I hit mute. It's not like Discord. We're not running through Discord. Before I was muting it on Streamlabs, and you still heard it on Discord.
I mean, it isn't
How
really
far
that.
behind? Holy
It
crap!
is. It is really that loud. To be honest. To be honest.
Yeah, well, apparently that's like frowned upon on live streams and everything. It's unprofessional.
I'm
But
eating
I'm
Taco.
addicted to.
I'm eating
Yeah,
Taco
but I'm
Bell
well. I like my nicotine. Sorry, I've
and
been.
drinking my giant soda from the movie we watched.
Uh, it's not what. Oh, hey Dakota, welcome
Hey,
in everybody. Everybody needs somebody. We are going to talk about Evil Dead Rise tonight, so just everybody be forewarned. If you haven't seen the movie, if you don't want to watch the movie, if you're, let's see, how do you spoil something that? Well, we'll let everybody know.
yeah, this is your warning. There will be spoilers for this movie.
Oh, it's so good though. Anyway,
This is,
bah, I'll
yeah.
let you finish eating.
I'm gonna just snack. I'm gonna snack as we go.
I thought it was okay. So we want to start talking about it now. Overall impressions of the movie. I thought it was Psycho Stick. What? What's that mean? What is Psycho Stick?
Oh, your guess is as good as
Mm,
mine.
mm, mm. Is it something to do with vaping?
Maybe it's a brand. I don't know.
Eh. The ones I stick with, I just stick with the Nord.
I do not
Look
smoke,
it
so
up.
I do not
Oh,
know.
you got me curious. Okay. Do 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 do.
Oh, it's a band.
Ooh, who we got? Comedy metal. Oh boy. Yep, we're bookmarking that. Cool. I'm gonna check that out.
But
Yeah.
yes, overall impression. I like this movie a lot. It was an Evil Dead movie. That's basically what it was.
Well, okay, it was if you saw the 2013 Evil Dead remake and you
I
liked
haven't.
it, you should watch it. It's fantastic. It is just it's it's not campy like Bruce Campbell's Army of Darkness. There's um
According to the wiki or whatever, it's only the second Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness are canon, and then the Evil Dead show or Ash
well
versus Evil Dead. Army of Darkness, I mean, Evil Dead 1 is not canon to that series
well
because
yeah, that's because they took the original Evil Dead movie, squished it down into 15 minutes and put it at the beginning of Evil Dead 2.
yeah, and
Okay, campy huh. Let's go ahead and look. I don't know how to. I don't know how to define campy.
it's like
Campy.
dumb
So
horror comedy.
another word for camp. All right. No shit, motherfucker. Okay. Recreational. No, no, that's not. Okay. Lodge
Campy
temporarily
is
remain persistently. Uh, 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 uh. Deliberately exaggerated and theatrical in style, typically for humorous effect. Extravagantly flamboyant or affected in a way stereotypically associated with some, we're not going to say that, with some flamboyant men. Campy horror, if you watched Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, that is campy horror. The massive amounts of blood and guts and just
and comedy sometimes.
with humor in it, that's campy horror. I guess that's the best way to
Like
describe it.
you wouldn't call, you would call, okay, for example, you would call Friday the 13th a slasher, but you would call
Mhm.
Friday Nightmare on Elm Street a campy horror.
I no, I don't think
It's
Nightmare on Elm Street is campy.
it's
Campy
more
when I think
campy
of
than
campy is overdone. It is for comedic value, which is
you can't
exactly
tell me.
Army of
You can't tell me Freddy was not trying to be comedic. You can't
he
tell me
made
that. In
he
the
made jokes, but it was more horror than anything. I would not put Friday the 13th in the realm of campy horror.
not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm
No, and
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. I wouldn't put that in the realm of camp. Um,
Freddy himself is campy.
no,
He
Army
over
of
exaggerates a lot of shit. You can't tell me he doesn't.
Army of Darkness. Did was it you that told me
Yes,
scary?
scary movie. Scary movie is campy.
Well, scary movie was more parody.
It's still parody, but
Yeah,
yes,
but it was overdone. But Evil Dead Rise. If you saw the Evil Dead in 2013, this one it follows along the same lines. It's less humor. It's supposed to be more serious, like attempting to be more serious, but they're still, but the blood and guts and the body horror is just turned up to 11. And I've been telling everybody, the couple sitting next to me when I bought my tickets online Sunday, the seats next to me were already purchased, which means, you know, well, which obviously means they purchased their tickets before me. But
yes.
um, so yeah, duh, Captain Obvious here. Um, it was a man and a woman, younger couple, by based on my age anyway, and at one point before the halfway mark of the movie, she got up. I don't know how long she was gone, but he got up as well. And after a while, I realized they didn't come back. I can't imagine walking out of a movie. Like, I paid $12 to sit there and watch this movie. I'm going to
Sir,
watch the whole
I
thing.
walked out of Dragon Ball Evolution. Okay,
I watched all of the original Dungeons and Dragons movie. Thank you very much. And that's an hour and a half, 2 hours of my life I can't get back.
I
Not Honor
actively
Among Thieves. Honor Among Thieves was good. I'm talking about the oh Jesus.
I actively walked out of Dragon
Mm,
Ball Evolution.
I heard that was bad.
It is pure garbage.
Check our volume.
They get everything wrong. It's like the guy who apparently directed it has never seen, read, or seen an episode of the anime or read an episode of or read a chapter of the manga ever, and they let him direct it. They put Roshi's Island in the center of a city.
Oh God.
Like they made a giant crater. Like it was they I don't know why there was they didn't explain why there's a giant crater in the middle of the city. By the way, so like it was like a
So
bomb
wait,
went
wait,
off.
wait, wait. A giant wait. When you say in the middle of the city, it was an actual island in the middle of the city.
Yes, yes, it was a crater that had a piece of land that was in the middle. I haven't seen the movie in years, so I
Oh
maybe am
wow.
not remembering this properly. But like a piece of land that was in the middle. I think they may have made a Hiroshima joke out of it. Like he was the one who blocked the missile and it blew up around him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know. All I know is his island was literally in the middle of a city. It wasn't in the middle of the ocean. Also, for some reason, the Namekian race, aka Piccolo, they didn't even
Mm-hmm.
call like they mentioned Namekians, which by the way, Namekians were never mentioned in the original Dragon Ball because Namekians weren't a thing because they were considered demons.
I thought there were.
Um,
I thought he was some kind of demon.
no, Namekians are aliens, dude.
Oh, okay.
And then like for some reason, uh Piccolo had something to do with Goku transforming into a great ape. That's just not a thing. Like for some like it was tied they tied it to the full moon like how it was originally in Dragon Ball, but like it's like the only reason why he turned into a great ape is because Piccolo was there, and like that's not how that works.
No, that's
That
just
that's not.
okay.
Piccolo has nothing to do with the Saiyan race turning into fucking great apes or Ozarus, as the Japanese called them. And then Goku didn't even have a tail. He was in high school, but like it was bad, and I do mean bad.
Well, that's what happens with live action adaptations of beloved animes.
They didn't even give him the power pole, and this is supposed to be Goku's story as from Dragon Ball. Also,
Sh-
he punches with the Kamehameha. By the way, he doesn't launch it; he punches with it. You know how stupid that is?
I have an idea.
Like they fused the Kamea with with the original Dragon Fist because Goku defeated the Demon King Piccolo with like it was like he basically tapped into his inner Great Ape and like basically did the OG Dragon Fist before the Dragon Fist was a thing, and then he punched a hole straight through King Piccolo, and then that's what they fused it with the Kamehameha. Like they didn't even it was just so stupid. Like my God, the amount of stupidity hurt watching this
Who's
movie.
the purple cat looking thing, the purple Anubis creature in the new Dragon Ball series?
You mean Beerus? The god of
I
destruction?
I want to get that toy because I
Why?
just think it looks cool.
Do you think Beerus looks cool? I mean, yeah, Beerus is a cool character. He's kind of a He's kind of a Dissect Machina character right now. Like
Deus
Deus
Ex
Ex Mach.
Machina.
Yeah, that. He's just there in case like he's like the ladder. He's like the ladder for Goku to climb. Goku's meeting all these really powerful people, but like they're always like, well, oh, but can they beat Beerus? Because Beerus is the first person that like Goku like lost to like he fought he fought him with everything he had, and Beerus like played with him the entire fight.
Do do.
But
I don't know enough about Dragon Ball Z, especially any of the more recent stuff. I just kind of
I have it all memorized.
good lord. So, Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Rise, yes. We got on a tangent. Surprise, surprise.
Oh no, shocker! No, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was exactly what I expected. Maybe a little less than what I expected.
It was what I expected from an Evil Dead movie. If you expected anything else other than an Evil Dead movie from this, then
Oh
I
no,
don't.
I was hoping for a little bit of extra body horror than they gave us, but all in all, okay. Oh, my throat hurts. Oh, never mind. Ha. I just remembered one of the scenes. Ah, we're gonna get into that.
Oh, you mean the
Oh
leg? You mean
man,
your leg?
no. Ah. Oh, they did such a fantastic job making me making. Uh, What the musical Disney made?
Yeah, doesn't
Some
musicals
music.
are.
Okay, some no. It depends on the musical. Mary Poppins was awesome. Hey, Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. What was it he said? He may have been your father, boy, but I will always be your daddy. Why did they kill his character? We're gonna break off on so many different things. Okay.
I don't know because
Ah.
maybe his contract was up. I don't know
Mm, why Disney? Why they got always got to kill people in superhero movies and then tank the whole franchise?
because Disney's dumb.
There's actually reports that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is trending further and further down as far as box office predictions.
Well,
If Guardians 3 doesn't make money, that's dude. Like Guardians 1 and 2, chapter 1 and 2 was a cash cow, or volume 1 and 2, whatever the hell they were.
I know because they let James Gunn do whatever he wants. Now shit's getting
Mhm.
all like
Mm.
woke and shit like that in Marvel, and
I
it
don't like the
is
term. I don't know.
social justicey.
Social justice, the message. I can't do the drinker's voice.
It's just eh.
So we're going to get into spoilers.
Yes, spoilers ahead. We both liked the movie. It
Absolutely
was.
wonderful. Love the movie. So,
If you have a weak stomach, I would advise not watching it.
oh, yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
That's about the
Just
best advice I can give you.
I thought the actress that played the mother. I don't know. I don't know. Was she a body double when she was coming out of the tub, like doing all those movements? That had to be a
Um,
body double because you only got particular people in Hollywood that are able to do that bullshit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure wires and shit like
Thoughts
that.
on Blue Beetle? It looks pretty. I the context
DC's a
of
hit or
that
miss.
the context of that one line, you don't know what the context is. When George Lopez's character says Batman was a fascist, it's like, okay, what does that mean? Like, I know I'm regurgitating the same shit that everybody else has said. The idea that you can attribute, like, Batman, calling Batman a fascist. No one should know that Batman has money or anything like that. Batman is not Bruce Wayne. They're not associated with each other. You want to call Bruce Wayne a fascist? Okay, call Bruce Wayne a fascist because he's got all the money and not doing anything with it. But to call Batman, like, what is the context of it? Why
Maybe
on
because they see
earth?
Batman running around with these like super gadgets that they think that he's a. I don't know. Well,
I mean, it is
I will
questionable, I think,
hold
but
judgment to
why would you put that in the trailer?
make a joke because I think because people think these are the types
I'm
of jokes that Twitter likes.
I'm sure it's going to be a joke. I'm sure it's going to be played up for comedy, and there will be some sort of contextual reason why that character made that statement. I have no doubt. Is it going to be stupid? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, but those kind of things. The trailer is meant to
How are
get
you
people
called a
to see the movie.
snowflake? Hold on, I
Do
was
what?
reading Ark's comment. How are
I
you
was called.
called a snowflake? Well, okay, honestly, both sides, left and right, call each other snowflakes. If
Oh
one
wait,
thing
hold on, no, hold on,
offends,
wait. For saying Batman is a fascist is uncalled for. Wait, I'm confused, Ark.
he disagreed with somebody or she,
Oh,
they.
you thought it was the best part of the trailer? I'm waiting to see the context. I genuinely like. Okay, when Blue Beetle takes the his two hand swords and combines them into one to make this long fucking
Reminded me of anime.
um. It reminded me of Cloud Strife. Okay, and that big sword and the move. I genuinely like the part in me that likes the flashy lights and all that other stuff. So wait, okay, that was legitimately cool. Kicking the sword and yes, very anime, very cool looking. There has to be more than just the visuals to I don't know enough about Blue Beetle. That's the problem for me. But
I will reserve judgment until I've
oh,
seen the movie.
absolutely. I absolutely reserve judgment. I just question my whole thing is I question the logic behind putting lines like that, like when you insult a beloved franchise character. Like, okay, maybe if they'd have left that part out of the trailer, the buzz around it, the negative buzz around the trailer would have been a hell of a lot less. So, you know a lot about Blue Beetle. Is there something in the comic that, as far as the family goes, is that character in the comic? I have lots of questions. Well, we're going to go off on all kinds of stuff because I genuinely am curious. Is there
What?
something in the comic that, like, a reason why that character or that family would say something like that? I'm legitimately
He's a
curious.
they're come. It's all they've come from a poor family.
Okay.
Like it's just that poor people being mad at rich people. The joke. I think that's what the joke is.
So yeah.
Because Blue
You
the
didn't
rich.
like the rest of the trailer? Like, I mean, yeah, there's lots of bells and whistles and flashy, all this other stuff, but I don't know. I like, yeah, that scene with him flipping the sword. I thought that was cool.
Like I said, I know a little bit about Blue Beetle. He's basically kind of like a nanobot Green Lantern kind of.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know really much about. I know the original Blue Beetle was Hispanic. Um, I
Okay.
don't. I don't. I know there's been multiple iterations of the Blue Beetle. Uh,
I don't know enough about the character or the story of Blue Beetle, his origin and everything, to pass any sort of judgment. So, in that situation, I would be, Captain Super Normie when it comes to seeing that trailer. Um, the line just kind of made me roll my eyes. It didn't turn me on or turn me off to wanting to see the movie. It's just like, okay.
what? No, Blue Beetle is definitely in the comics.
Oh, you're not a fan of Batman? Oh, what's wrong with Batman?
Wait, who said they're not a fan of Batman?
Huh? General Vague. General Vague. I enjoyed Batman. I enjoyed Batman because of one of the stories that I read. I think the Riddler tricked Batman into going through a demonic ritual where he had to hmm he had to bathe in blood. He was tricked into he gave a baby, an infant or a newborn, tracheotomy, which was slit the throat of a child, bathe in blood, like fight against dogs, rabid dogs. It was all kinds of stuff, and it was just a well written story, and that's when I became a fan of Batman. And of course, the what, the '60s, '70s cart show,
Yeah, I started watching. I
Bang
started
Pow Zap.
Batman. I started watching Batman with Batman the Animated Series, and then I went on to watch the. He doesn't always beat up people. Like he fights people.
Oh, he's definitely a vigilante. There's no question about that. But I don't know about overhyped though.
I know. Cause I there's this one scene that I really like in the comics where Batman was fighting Freeze, and Freeze like they ended up in a cemetery somewhere, and Freeze started like kneeling down next to a grave and was just like talking
It
about
was
how
his,
he
it
just
was
wanted
his
to make
wife
it
and stuff.
snow because his wife
Yeah.
loved the snow, and that was the whole reason behind his motivations of why he was trying to freeze Gotham. And then Batman didn't continue fighting him. He just like, I don't know. He just consoled
He
him.
just walked away.
He doesn't. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fighting for like the big stuff, like the big villains, but like not everyone ends in a fight. The comics are a lot different than what the movies and the cartoons show. The comics get into a lot deeper than what the shows do. The shows don't have the time for that. Like comics will spend issue upon issue about Batman like helping someone out with the mental shit with like
But he does
bro.
beat the crap. He does beat the crap out of people. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, he definitely does. But it's not always that. But I understand what he's saying. Like, I mean,
But I mean, the whole is it because of the location, because of Gotham City, the high crime and how violent the area is? I mean, maybe it's part of the context of the character itself and where it takes place.
oh, I just know I always enjoyed Batman as a kid.
I always did.
But the Flash was my favorite, which is why I don't really like how they're treating him in the movies because it seems like he's a bumbling idiot. Honestly, the
Ah,
Flash is probably one of the most powerful, straight up like when it just comes to pure power.
I'll worry
Or
about the title. We are still alive. Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was editing through the title, putting in. Hey, we're talking about DC stuff.
Like honestly, the Flash gets underused so much, and he's really broken. But I've always just liked the character myself personally. Not Ezra Miller's Flash, the other Flash.
Oh God, how do you think the Flash is going to do?
Poorly, or I don't know. It might draw in like people who are like, oh, he's just suffering from mental illness, so we'll go support him. I don't fucking know, man. I'll go watch it, but I don't know. I haven't really been like. I don't really like Ezra Miller's take on the Flash. I don't like how angry Batman gets because I feel like some people might think it's too real and get all angry and self righteous about stuff, and Naruto run around fighting injustice. I mean, everybody gets angry. I mean, if anything, it's like the opposite with Superman. People don't like him because he doesn't get angry enough.
Oh,
But whenever Superman does get angry and he snaps, then shit goes south real fucking quick.
are you talking about like in the movies or the comics or the cartoons?
Both.
Well, I mean, no, General Vague.
Oh,
I don't know the idea that a comic book could push people to like follow in Batman's footsteps. I don't know because I don't know. People are nuts already. One little, all it takes is just one little push.
yeah. Well, yeah. Batman tries to handle. I'll admit he tries to handle it, but in reality, if Superman really wanted to,
It
he could just
all. Oh no, 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 no! Please no, just no,
what?
no, no. We're not doing Batman versus Superman. No, that is such a hot topic. What it boils down to is who's got the upper hand. Who acts first? That's my opinion. Who acts
Look,
first?
I'm the only reason why I'm saying this is like the only reason why is because if you ever like,
Comic book version of Batman is a lot better than the movies.
well, yeah, but if you ever like just look at Superman's powers, man, like Superman can literally hear everything in the universe going on around him.
Yeah,
Like
except
in
he
one,
destroyed Metropolis, and anyway, what?
and so in the comics,
And
he
he
can literally hear.
it didn't get Zod out of the city, and instead is responsible for all these buildings going down. Didn't hear a single person scream and react to it. What?
I'm just
The
saying
movies,
in the comics,
movies are
man,
so
like the
bad.
powers that have been listed, he should just like if Batman was trying something, he would fucking he hears a lot of shit, dude.
Hmm.
There's a scene in one of the comics where he was like, I don't know, like 10 something trillion fucking miles away or light years away from Earth, and Jimmy Olsen like rang a little watch that somehow that Superman just fucking heard, and he flew to Earth in like seconds. If he could hear that, if Batman's sitting there clicking away at a computer discussing to himself about plans on how to beat Superman, Superman would fucking hear it. And then, he literally he can discern heartbeats. He recognizes when Bruce is in trouble because he can hear if his certain heartbeat starts getting faster. This happened in a comic. Trust me. And if they're like, oh, Batman has prep time, no, Superman could just fly into orbit and just nuke the planet if he wanted to.
He can fly backwards around the planet and turn back time.
He can. Because he can go faster than light, and just like that's how Barry goes back in time. He just goes faster than light, but backwards. The only person who's like faster than Superman to blitz him is the Flash.
Well, I think they're about the same speed, aren't they? I mean,
No,
I've seen numerous times where they break. Okay,
no,
well,
no. See, the Flash's power is not just super speed.
Mm-hmm.
He absorbs all kinetic energy in the universe. So no matter how fast you are, he will always be faster because he feeds off of your speed. And he generates it through the Speed Force, which he himself is the living embodiment of the Speed Force. He is literally speed itself. He's faster than the god of speed. Like it's just no. There's no competition between him and Superman's speed. It honestly depends on who the writer is, but the way the Flash is like, if you take and analyze how the powers work for these people, like if you just go by how like originally how they originally stated, or like how the powers have been stated so far, like Superman is nowhere near as fast as the Flash. Like that's the thing. The whole point about the Flash is that no matter how fast you are, he will always be faster because he feeds off of your speed.
I will agree. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man was absolutely fantastic. Oh no, absolutely. You don't sound like a dick. You're just like what? Huh? No, sound like a dick. God, have a regular conversation with me when I start popping off about shit. Oh heavens no! But I will agree. What I liked the most, I thought about how appropriate it was to have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man because he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and just was falling apart in life. And he went through rehab and got better. And that's pretty much Tony Stark. There have been numerous comic books where they have Tony Stark. Tony Stark was an alcoholic.
Was
Well, I don't know if he is, but no, no. He might be talking about the Batman, which I still haven't watched. I'm sorry.
the Batman's pretty good for what it
I've heard
was.
it was very. I heard it was very good. I heard the soundtrack.
You should watch if you're not going to watch any of the show, you should at least watch the Batman versus Dracula movie. It's a great movie. Like DC always really good does really well.
Oh God, there's another episode of Gotham Knights coming out. Fuck. Oh,
I still haven't even watched past episode 2.
Oh
Honestly.
God. Oh, daddy issues. The series. Every single fucking character on that show has daddy issues. All of them. All of them. Like what the hell? Oh, okay. Oh,
It's just a shit show, literally.
Okay. The Batman animated, DC's animated line is good. Christopher Nolan. Let's see, Batman and Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, the one with the
Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Heath Ledger. God, that was awesome.
The new Batman movie was really good too. This one over here hasn't seen it yet.
Blah 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 blah.
It's a great movie, and you should watch it.
My Rich Right.
Oh yeah, she was making fun of Catwoman was making fun of Batman in a scene. Like you were obviously a rich dude. Like she calls him out on it during one of the scenes of the movie.
Yeah, I think I remember people talking about that. I need to watch it. I'm going to watch it eventually. There's a lot of things I'm going to watch eventually.
Yes, the Batman. It took a lot of inspiration from Batman Year One. If you haven't seen that series,
that was.
I read that series. It's a great series.
I think that was the point.
This was year 2 in the movie. Like it was his second year as Batman. That's why people were like, "Oh, he should be knowing what to do." No, Batman was still learning to be Batman. If you noticed, well, you don't know, if you haven't seen the movie.
But well, no,
in the movie, he's all Batman all the time. He's all
Batman and very little Bruce Wayne in it. The billionaire playboy is not.
He's not there yet. Yeah, like he hasn't learned how to separate Bruce from Batman yet. In the new movie. So it's really good though. Really, really good. Yeah, the deleted scenes, I don't know. I don't know how canon they actually are. I honestly don't know.
I mean, it's a deleted scene. If they fix it up and stick it in a re-release or something like that.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of people who are rich in these movies.
Oh, got a cough. Hold on.
Are these comics?
Okay.
No, I do agree with you. I think they jumped the Joker gun far too soon. The Joker didn't need to be there just yet. There was a scene in the movie
everybody thinks they need to add the Joker into every single Batman franchise. I would like to. I mean, I enjoyed Scarecrow.
The Riddler
was in the first one with Ra's al Ghul, huh?
Yes. But no, like the Joker, it's like they saw the success of the Dark Knight Rises or the Dark Knight, and they really want that, but honestly, like they need to like take there's so many other characters. Don't get me wrong, the Joker's a good character. It's
Yeah,
just there's so many others. They're just really good.
I've heard people talking about Mister Freeze as well.
Mr. Freeze is a
The
great character.
success, I think the success of what was the name of the second movie? Dark Knight?
Heath Ledger,
No, what was the name of the second movie?
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Okay. Um, I think most of a good bit of the success, word of mouth, and Heath Ledger's performance, and of course, well, no, Two Face. It was
Yeah,
the
dude,
whole the whole movie in general. I
it
mean,
was really good.
it was good. It was quite enjoyable.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, The Dark Knight Rises wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't as good as the
No, it
sequel.
was bad. No, it was bad. No, Bane was bad. The whole premise was bad.
I like Tom Hardy's
Jumping out
Bane.
of the pit with just a rope. No, you bye back. Snap. And oh, I'm gonna take the rope up. No, it was bad.
Well, Bane did break Batman's back in the comics.
No, I know that. I'm talking about he had the rope tied around his waist, and he jumps and he falls, and the rope just like that. It's like no, there's no give there, and if you fall, like yeah, I know it's a movie, suspension of disbelief, but come on, man. I didn't no. I could have done. They could have done without it. I understand they wanted to make a third movie, and the plan was originally to have Heath Ledger and the Joker was supposed to be involved in that movie, and they had to after Heath Ledger's death, they had to go through and do a bunch of rewrites and changes and all that other stuff, and it was kind of it really felt like last minute thrown together, not very well thought out. Sorry, it did. It really did.
Well, oh, sorry, I was reading the comment section. For the chat.
I thought what they did with Batman Begins, taking Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow, while a lot of people do recognize Scarecrow, I had no idea. Well, I guess I kind of did from Batman the Animated Series, but
Yeah, Ra's
Liam
is in
Neeson
there.
is Ra's al Ghul, but not a lot of I guess, not a lot of normies. Your average moviegoer is going to know who that guy is, but I thought the movie was fantastic. Just him, behind the scenes and all that other stuff. I thought it was fantastic.
The only thing I didn't really care for it was that they made Ra's like a title and not actually the character itself.
Really, I don't remember
Yeah,
that. It's been a while.
like he and Liam Neeson and like the bald dude was the original Ra's al Ghul, and he inherited the title from after the dude died. So it's just a small nitpick. Nothing really serious about it though.
Oh, we're gonna get into a. I would see it. My issue with Evil Dead Rise. I don't know if you would consider that a nitpick.
Wait, what?
We're gonna jump back to Evil Dead Rise, talking about the
Oh,
movie.
yes, yes. We're gonna do that. We should probably do that.
Doo, doo.
So we've said we both said we've liked it. So here's
Ask
your
the
chance
nurse.
to walk.
I just base it on what I heard, how I heard them pronounce it in the animated show,
I've always known it was Ra's al Ghul, not Ra's al Ghul.
or Roz. How many different ways
Ra's
is
al
it?
Ghul. No,
How many
it's
different
pronounced
ways has it
Ra's
been
al
pronounced?
Ghul. Yeah, I don't
Then
know. I don't
where did
care.
Roz Al Ghul come from?
Uh,
I've heard
or
people say that.
ignorance.
Ignorance. Okay. So what did you think about how? Okay, so back to the movie.
Here's
How
your
it start?
spoiler warning,
How?
people.
Oh yeah, spoiler warning. Um, how it started off. I don't know if it was a surprise, but it goes through the whole scene with the cabin. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I was kind of confused. It's like, okay, is this just like a far prequel? But it's the day after. And like after watching the entire up until the end, it's like, how the hell are they going to bring it back to that one? It's like, oh, I
They
thought that
did
was kind of interesting. But then again, how did that girl be? She was in the apartment building and
not know any of
not
that
know
shit
what the fuck's going on.
because she
Is
was
it?
at like a few floors below. They were
But
on the top floor.
is it possible that? So this is all headcanon for me, and fans in speculation and shit. The Deadites only affecting that one floor, or
No, they
no?
dropped a
That doesn't
whole
make
ass
sense.
elevator.
I dropped the whole ass elevator on there. Okay, so that it was a thought that came and went. Okay, but I like what you were saying earlier. It's like, why is it nobody knows how to leave shit the fuck alone?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Like, ooh,
why
an
would you?
earthquake. Now there was like he saw it was a bank vault. It was the
Oh yeah,
inside of a bank vault.
they're a
So
family in
mom's got
poverty.
family problems. Got to move, losing this, losing that. So I'm gonna go looking for shit.
Anyone who's like on the verge of losing their home and is in poverty would say, "Hey, oh, an old abandoned bank vault. Maybe there's money in there." I get that. I
Mhm.
get that. When
But
you
hey, let's
start
go fuck
seeing
around with the crypt. It's
when
like,
you
wait,
start
what?
looking around for religious shit in there, that's when like I don't really, there's a thing. It's like I don't really truly like believe all that voodoo shit or whatever or the demon. I mean, demon
Yeah, but
stuff, all that stuff.
there's
But
this
there's
thing
always
called
the
better
chance.
safe, but it's called better safe than sorry.
It's called "Don't fuck around and don't find out." That's a thing. It's called "Don't fuck around and don't find out." Like, why it's a thing I always say. Why tempt fate?
hmm Oh, absolutely. Fate only shows up when you. Oh no, that's Lady Luck. Never mind. Lady Luck from the Discworld will never show up when you ask for her. Of all the gods in the Discworld, Lady Luck never shows up when you ask for her. Yeah, a book made of flesh is a good sign to turn the fuck around. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Not just flesh, not just flesh. Sharp, pointy teeth on the binding. It's like on the
and
end of it, it's
also
like,
written in
oh,
blood.
he's like, whoa, well, you can't. Well, okay. Would you really expect you find a book somewhere? Are you genuinely going to think that's human skin and blood and all this other, or is it just something for show?
I mean, look, man, it was in a crypt. Why the fuck wouldn't
Yeah,
it be real? People do
people are
some sick
superstitious.
shit.
What were you saying?
I guarantee you, there is a book. There was at least some point in real life history where there was a book bound in fucking human flesh and written
Well,
on the
duh,
pages with blood.
yeah, of course,
I'm
because
pretty
human
like
history is wrought with
Egy-
fucks.
Egyptians, the Mayans, all of them did sacrificial
Mayans,
shit.
Aztecs, all that shit. Oh yeah.
I,
Oh,
I would
absolutely.
not be surprised if there was an actual fucking Book of the Dead that was bound in fucking human flesh and written
hmm
in blood. I would not put it past it.
Necronomicon ex mortis.
Yes, I'm
hmm
surprised they actually never called it that. They never called it the Book of the Dead. They never called it the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. I kept waiting for them to say it, but then no one
I
ever.
was waiting for Klaatu Verada Nicto, but no, just somewhere in the channel. I'm like, come on, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. He didn't do it. And if you didn't know, if you've seen the movie, the record player, the guy, the researcher, whoever who finds the book, that is none other than
Bruce
fucking
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. It's Bruce Campbell. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Ash
So
himself is not in the movie, but Bruce Campbell is.
the voice of Bruce Campbell is in the movie, which leads to my gripe: the
Okay.
record player. Now, y'all, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, a record player, the way it's set up, clockwise. Starts from the outside to go in to play it regularly. If you want to play it backwards, you have to spin it counterclockwise and you would go from the inside going out. Am I wrong? Somebody, please help me out. Yes, you'd see it as a nitpick, but every single time, the boy and the girl, and the woman, whatever, her cousin, her sister,
His
mom's
aunt.
sister,
It was his aunt.
his aunt, whatever, both of them were turning it clockwise. It's like that's not how you play a record backwards.
Maybe they made the vinyl backwards because they didn't want anyone fucking hearing the verses read from the book. Maybe it was
That makes even less sense. They read the so if no,
if you didn't want someone reading the fucking pages of the book, you would definitely like press the vinyl backwards. I don't
If
know.
if you didn't want anybody reading from the book, then you wouldn't have made the vinyls. I understand why they did it. I guess it's
Well, because no one in that apartment spoke fucking Latin.
well, it's for effect, and I don't have a problem with it. It's just the whole forward and backwards. The backwards going counterclockwise
For those who don't know, the Necronomicon is originally written in the Latin language, which is a dead language. So they had to get a way for them to read the Necronomicon, and
for the incantation to be chanted.
yes, and because no one, these like what 12, 13, anywhere between 12 to 15-year-old children
They're teenagers.
did not know how to speak or read Latin. So so alongside the book and the tombs or in the underground bank vault, the Necronomicon was buried with ancient records of like not ancient, but old records of the
Ancient
priests.
records, vinyls,
The
and
pre the priest,
I,
recorded
yeah.
his findings. So whenever he played the records to see what was on them, the priest like he incited the incantation from the
Now,
book, and that's what
what?
activated the book.
Yes. Now, what would you classify them showing him as a DJ? What would you classify that as? A Chekhov's gun incident, or just foreshadowing,
Uh,
or I
no, it's
guess
just a
context explanation of it's like why does he have a record player? Well, he's a DJ. They show him doing the whole DJ stuff and all this other stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
And doing the scratchies.
By the way, do not get attached to any characters. By the way, don't do it.
We're gonna get into that. So there was a Chekhov's gun. You mentioned that earlier when we were talking.
The scissors were as a Chekhov's gun.
Mm-hmm.
The wood chipper was a Chekhov's gun.
That was the most blatant foreshadowing. It was probably the more obvious one. Well, the scissors, I mean, all of them, they were very obvious.
Staffney.
Like, oh, that's going to, Staffney. Oh my God. I just absolutely love the name of that doll.
The moment they broke the stick and I saw that it was a sharp pointy end, I was like, okay,
that's going to be used. But it's the fact that she took the scissors and cut the doll's head off. I'm like, oh my, what the hell is she doing? And she stuck it on a stick, and it's like, this is Staffney. I'm like, okay, that's morbidly cute. That is absolutely just like, wow.
Well, the reason why she made
just
it,
fantastic.
she made it. I think honestly, she was scared of her own thing because her brother told her that there was a ghost of a bank vault guy that was wandering the halls, and if you had loose change in your pockets, which they're poor people, so they have loose change in their pockets, they'll come out and get you and kill you.
Stuff.
So she made like a voodoo staff thing to like scare the spirit away. And then her sister ended up breaking the stick, and then there was a sharp pointy end of the stick, and you're like, "Oh, that's gonna be used later on."
That's gonna be used, and it was, and wow, and that's okay. The deaths. Obviously, you have the first one, the mom. That's the one in the trailer.
Gets beaten the shit out of by the Deadites,
and the way they twisted her body in the elevator, like that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah,
I was waiting. Okay. So so Evil Dead and the 2013 Evil Dead had the grape scene, essentially, where the tentacles came up and
they were
had their way. I was waiting for that.
I was also waiting for that too.
And I guess in a way, I understand why they didn't do it, but it
wasn't necessary, honestly.
It wasn't necessary, but it was almost expected because it follows it's a staple for the Evil Dead franchise. Like I said, it was in Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 1 and 2, and it was in the 2013. I don't think they did anything like that in Army of Darkness.
No, they didn't. No,
I wish they would have called that one. I wish they would have called that Medieval Dead because that's just a funnier title. Army of Darkness was originally supposed to be called Medieval Dead, and it's like, oh.
I think they couldn't use the name Evil Dead for that movie, so I think it was a copyright issue.
For Medieval Dead?
Yeah.
Either way, Army of Darkness, fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yes, I love Army of Darkness. It's my favorite.
Marion, you got called out.
Sumerian. Okay. It's ancient language still. I apologize. Point is, they couldn't read it, so the priest recited it on the record, and that's how the book got activated.
Ha 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 ha. I want to leave that right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do 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 do.
Point is, no one read the fucking dead language. Um, let's see. So yeah, the first death
So,
was the mom.
hold on. So body horror first, which was great, or the deaths.
What do you mean? Like, which should I prefer?
Which one we want to talk about first? Because
I mean,
oh man,
we can talk about them both in tangent.
okay.
Honestly,
Oh
we
man,
can. So
the creepy. Okay, so first the movie. It's not.
it's not jump
I
scary by
I
any
would
means.
not call them jump scares.
You see the
There
scares
were
coming a mile away, and there's not even really jump scares.
a couple of them. There are a few of them where it's um one of them where mom's at the door and she looks one way and it's almost like is that a shadow she sees and then she turns the other way and her sister's right there. It's like that was the closest thing to a jump scare they had. But there's the actual creepy factor is definitely there in the movie.
Well, yeah, it's
Uh,
Evil Dead. It's always creepy. It's creepy. Creepy doesn't once it starts, it doesn't stop.
I think it does creepy better than the Bruce. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying that. I enjoyed Army of Darkness and Evil Dead for different reasons. But I wouldn't consider them
This one went for a more
creepy.
This one went for a more serious creep
Yes,
route.
but the terror factor because of who
Well,
is
this one,
involved. It's mainly because of the people involved and the dynamic, the family, the brother, the sister, the mother, and the aunt. It was just that aspect of it because the kids were not protected.
oh no, no.
Absolutely not. At one point, I was genuinely worried that the
By the
little
way,
girl
people,
was going to die.
children die in this movie. There's a lot of child murder.
There's child death because
If that is
oh my
something that
god, like
triggers you or offends you, you should probably not see this movie. Children die
the
brutally.
part. Okay, so the older sister, just everything starts gushing out of her face. It's like,
I mean, the
oh,
puke.
it wasn't just no, not the puke. The puke came out of
Oh,
the mom. All that white shit all over the floor. I'm talking about just
that. Okay, yeah.
the
So
the
if any of
the
you have never
gore.
seen, if any of you have never seen an Evil Dead movie, treat the Deadites like zombies. If they hurt you, you're probably going to be infected with whatever their people are.
Yeah,
It's like mixed zombies and demonic possession, and that's so if you get injured,
yeah, they're demons.
you're going to get infected. Well, I don't know. The sister got hit a lot. She didn't get infected, but
No, the sister. Okay, no, the sister was stabbed with a knife.
glass. It was a
Oh, it
mirror.
was glass. It
It
was
was a
okay. That
mirror
was
shard.
oh, now my hand hurts. Okay, stabbed through the hand with the glass, and then the cheese grater. Uh,
Yes, I was actually KRG. I was actually telling Kate Kilton over here that that there's a comic series where the
mm-hmm.
original Freddy versus Jason movie ties in to the
Ash
Evil Dead
versus
series.
Freddy versus Jason. Yeah,
The creators actually confirmed that Jason himself is a Deadite. That's right.
that makes sense.
Yeah. The comic series is great. If you haven't read it, it's a stupid comic series. It's just a fun read.
Yeah,
I love
the
it. I've
the
read the
the,
whole series.
the effects on the sister whenever all the shit was coming out of her face.
Yeah, her mom's. We
That
didn't
was
tell her how she can get infected. So the older sister was the first victim outside of the bystanders. So the neighbors died first. Like the first victim was beside after the mom was their Hispanic
oh,
neighbor.
she jumped on
She
the
jumped.
Hispanic neighbor and bit his eyeball out and spit it at the other brother who choked on his
Yeah.
eyeball. Okay,
Yes.
so there was a little campiness to the show.
Yeah.
Now, okay,
Yeah. She
I just
jumped on it. She jumped on him.
so
Not just bit
yeah,
the eyeball out, bit part of his skull away, and to get to the eyeball.
and then spit it at his little
Younger
brother.
brother, and his younger brother choked on the eye and died.
They close the door and lock it, and the mother's sister. I can't remember the characters' names. I hate that.
Elle, I think her
looking
name was. I don't know,
is
Ella or
looking
something.
out of the peephole, and you see everybody going back and forth. The sister just chasing this person down, chasing that person down. The little, like the youngest brother just gets thrown from one end. He's got no arms left,
Yeah.
and then
So
the guy with the shotgun.
as soon as she kills the two older brothers, the little brother tries to run away. You see her walk off screen, and you see the little boy get thrown back to the other side of the hallway. His arms have been ripped off completely, and he just dies of blood loss at that point. Um, and then you find out the older brother, the oldest, is still alive, and he's begging for them to let them in. He's begging them to let him in, and you see the people. She like elongates her nail and just slices his throat. Old dude, the shotgun, which by the way, that was also a Chekhov's gun, literally a gun.
Literally, it's the boomstick. The
Yes, you can't
um,
have Evil Dead without the boomstick or the chainsaw.
can't have Evil Dead without a shotgun and a chainsaw.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, just those little scenes were just yeah.
after the side casualties, we get to the main casualty. The mom, before she gets kicked out of the house, she takes her homemade tattoo gun.
No, it's not homemade. It's an actual tattoo gun.
Okay, I thought, well, like the coil, like the copper coils and all that shit, it was like homemade and all that because she was
Uh,
soldering it herself. It was a customized tattoo gun, I guess.
Okay, but it dug into her daughter's face and just. Ugh.
Yeah, she like started scratching her daughter's face with the tattoo gun, and that's how she got infected with the deadite disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then they thought they were safe because the mom was locked outside. Lo and behold, Bridget, that's the daughter's name, by the way.
Okay.
Bridget gets infected with the disease, and she starts puking out what larvae or larva.
Whatever it was, just the blood started pouring out of her nose and her
It
eyes,
wasn't
just like
blood; it was black. I think it was ink, actually, like black. It was black ink because she got
ichor.
stabbed with a.
It's
Yeah, ichor.
ichor, black ichor, just pouring out of her face. It's just like thinking
Every
about
hole
it.
in her
I think
face.
the effects on that part were pretty good.
Oh yeah, very good.
Like the visual effects on that part, the practical effects that they did, I th- it I think they did pretty good with all around with
And
between the CG whatever CG they did, whatever practical effects they did, especially like using just that scene of her in the kitchen, just everything just gushing out of her face. I think it did a pretty good job.
most of the
Huh.
red coloring in the tattoos comes from the blood. Oh yeah, yeah. No, this is the tattoo gun was just it was used as a weapon. Honestly, that's all it really was used
A
as.
means to an end.
Yeah, and then so we see the kid. Like she's like after they thought like after they've settled the brother and the youngest sister down, and she's hearing some clamoring in the kitchen, and then we see the daughter now, Bridget, like huddled up on the counter, and you hear her like glass crunching, and she's fucking
Oh,
eating the
she
wine
was
glass, and when she swallows
eating
the
the wine
glass,
glass.
you can see the glass puncturing from the inside of her throat to the outside because she's swallowing fucking glass,
Oh God.
and
She
then
has to eat the glass to kill the bugs in her stomach. It's like, oh good lord.
and
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 that's when she attacks the sister, knocks her to the ground, and grabs the cheese grater and drags the cheese grater off the back of her
calf,
leg.
yeah,
Ow.
yeah, that didn't look like it felt too good.
Never apologize for spitting out random information that someone will find interesting, because that's most of the crap trapped in my head.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize for that.
No.
But yeah, she got slapped with a cheese grater and her
Oh
leg
God.
got great. Her leg got grated.
After being stabbed through the hand.
Yes.
I kind of thought, like, what else happened to the sister? I thought more was going to happen. I mean, besides being covered head to toe in blood and bathed and blood in the elm.
She almost got her gut with her unborn baby punctured
Oh God, yeah.
when the sister was digging her fingernails into her.
Mm. Ooh.
So yeah, so after she found out that the daughter got infected, she started
Mhm.
fighting with her, and then the daughter heard her younger sister scream, so she ran into the room, and here comes Staffney to save the day.
Staffney. I'm sorry. Staffney right through the face. Ugh.
Yeah,
Back of the
so she
head.
tries to attack her youngest sister. Like the
Dude.
infected sister tries to kill her baby sister, and then
And it
baby sister holds up the sharp pointy stick and goes through her mouth and the back of her throat.
out of the back of her head. And I'm sorry, my first thought is like, oh my god, that poor girl, traumatized. Like, okay.
She was traumatized the moment her mom started pulling all this shit.
Her
Because
mom, her
with
sister, and then her brother. It's like, oh my
because
god.
mommy's with the maggots now.
Mommy's with the maggots now. Like, holy. Yeah, this was a very disturbing thing, a very traumatized. Like, if like that's the terror part. The actual the yeah, that's the terror part for me. The idea of
Watching your family
um
get turned into demons and then trying to
yeah,
kill you. Well, you have to
yeah,
kill
it's
them
like
back.
my god, if there's any sort of continuation, that poor girl is like gonna
She's gonna need years of therapy.
oh, she's gonna need a padded cell.
Surprisingly, I'm surprised how calm that little girl stayed through most of that movie.
Oh, she had a 1,000 yard stare at one point. I think it was shortly after she drew the stick went through her sister's head, and she was just kind of like sitting there, like just
Just done for
absolutely
the day.
traumatized. And
She's done.
there was still more death to happen.
Yeah, so like then like she when the sister got they subdued her. I subdued.
Subdued her. They thought she was dead.
Unless you
And
but when you find out like the little I like the little scene where she's like the main character is like I need to hear the rest of these tapes, and you
mhm.
come to find out that the dude's like yeah you can't kill them unless you completely dismember them entirely. So then when we hear that we see the body of the sister who just got stabbed in the face rise and
She gets
the
up, starts walking
yeah
around. How did she kill the brother?
um
Why can't I remember that part?
so the brother was guarding his little sister with a butcher knife. And then when his sister attacked them, he stabbed her through the gut, and she spewed blood all over his face. She pulled the knife out, stabbed him through the bicep to pin him down,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think I just blocked it out of my. Oh,
and
stabbed
then
it like multiple times through the arm,
no,
pinning
no,
him
no,
to the
just
counter, and set
one.
him on. It was
She
just
she
no, it's
you
twice. No, 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 no. It was
no
at
no
least twice.
no. The kill
Oh,
was the second stab. So
but
she
then
takes the butcher
she
knife
got
out of
set
her
on
gut.
fire.
Yeah, he sets her on fire, and he has a can of aerosol next to him
Yeah,
because the mom had left the gas stove on. And then she takes the knife, pins his bicep to the countertop with the big knife, and then starts to proceed to like try and bite him and shit like that. So then,
Ooh.
whenever she thinks he's safe, uh, he burns her. Before she gets like knocked off of him, she takes the knife out of his arm and puts it in his collarbone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he died from that. If you couldn't tell. Getting a 7-inch blade put through your collarbone straight down towards your heart doesn't typically result in life.
I just keep remembering the different parts in the. I have a major problem with empathy, and there's not a lot of things like something happening to me I'm fine with. You know, I've busted multiple parts of my body up with different cuts, bruises, and scrapes and everything. But when somebody starts talking about like, oh, they had a problem with their knee and they cracked their knee on this and they had blood, this, that, and the other, I was like, oh, I can feel that in my soul. Like, oh yeah,
Well,
and
unfortunately,
like just oh just just
unfortunately, I
the
am dead
cheese grater, the
inside.
fucking cheese grater, just scrape right on the back of her calf. Oh,
Yeah, that looked like it hurt a lot. I will admit, I don't believe that would feel pleasant.
oh, I loved it. I loved what like I said, I was going into this movie expecting body horror,
Oh, you?
overdone, overdone, blood everywhere, body horror, and that's what we got. That's what I got.
I did like the near the ending, right before she got them in the cheese grater. We got the little like "come get some" reference to back to Ash's character, like when they were in the parking garage.
Oh yeah,
She
with the
pulled the
shotgun.
boomstick out and was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Come get some." That was definitely an Ash moment.
It'd be interesting
Which
to see if they do another movie.
I mean, Evil Dead can always. I mean, there's remember if you remember from the tapes or the records, sorry, not the tapes. There were 3 books. That was just one of 3.
Oh, they don't need, but they don't need to expand. I don't know. I don't think they should expand the lore too much. Well, it depends on who's writing it.
So
Depends on
let's.
who's the
I mean, you
writer,
could always let
showrunner,
Sam
or whatever.
Raimi keep going back towards it. That was his baby.
Oh yeah, Sam. That's yeah. Sam Raimi loves that kind of shit.
But yeah, like just
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
overall, like basically, don't expect anybody. In the only two people live. It was the main
Yeah,
character and the youngest daughter. They're the only ones who live.
which is very
Everyone
questionable. Like I said, there was I was starting to wonder if that little girl was gonna live. It's like no,
like
because you killed the mom, you killed her brother, you killed her sister. It's like, is she gonna live? It's like
there's a
I would
scene.
not have been surprised if they would have killed that little girl.
So the scene when like right before they're about to get out, they got the gate open for them to
Mhm.
escape from the building, and the little girl's like crawling under the rolling down gate. You know, the whole like Indiana Jones style, like, oh, the door's closing, get underneath it. And
Yep.
then she gets pulled back into the room by the monster. I'm like, oh, she's dead. That was the first thing that went through my head was like, oh, yep, she's
Oh
dead.
yeah.
That's that one. She didn't save any of the children. Like, so, but girl took the shotgun and started beating the gate down or the door down and got into it and saved her just in time.
Which
Just
kind
in
of
the nick of
makes
time.
which kind of makes you wonder if the mother, if the mutated
Oh,
um
by the way, by the end of it, uh,
homunculus.
yeah, by the end of it, the two kids, because the mother got her leg and arm blown off by the boomstick.
It was,
The,
I like
the
okay, so I like how they the book at different parts of the movie. It's Rico, the story of Ricky that used to was fake blood for the movie. They used to stain the actor. Oh God, Ricky O. See, now I'm curious. But no, the parts in the book when I was flipping through the pages and it would show a
like
picture
the creatures
of
of what
what's
they were
about to
trying.
happen, this picture about to happen, and then that last picture it shows the what would that I
Homunculi.
mean? It was pretty yeah, pretty much a homunculi.
The
Uh,
two kids who still had limbs started digging into like ripping apart the mom like a zombie,
Ugh,
and then
that was
they shoved their own bodies into her to make like this. If anyone's ever played The Forest, it was like one of those creatures, like the multi-arm creatures, like the
yeah.
big
They all
the
melded together.
they basically shoved their bodies into her rib cage, and
Oh
like
my goodness, I've seen clips of this movie, Ricky O, the story of Ricky. I've seen different clips. I recognize that this dude has his intestines wrapped around a guy's neck. Is that correct? Is that what this scene is? Or is that
I
just a
don't know.
rope?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie, so I don't know.
As he's holding up his head, pushing a nail through his hand. Wow, this looks disturbing.
For you, maybe.
No, disturbing is disturbing, okay? If you pull out your intestines and wrap it around someone's neck to try and choke them, regardless of whose intestines they belong to, that's disturbing.
Again, for you.
I didn't say I wouldn't watch it. I just said it was disturbing.
I'm not bothered by all this because you know I'm dead inside.
Well, I still have a little bit of my soul left, so
You have
I
a
managed
soul?
to. Well, yeah. Shut up. Where were we? Yeah,
Homunculi.
yeah. Them digging in. Yeah, that was again. That was also pretty well done as far as practical effects go. So yeah, I would definitely have to give the studio kudos for the practical effects. Absolutely. The atmosphere, the set designs were pretty good. Um, they turned up the bloodiness to 11, which is fantastic. Is absolutely
Literally,
appropriate.
because they dropped a whole elevator full. Oh yeah. So the
They
main
filled the
girl,
elevator with blood.
like, so they fought their way through the Deadites, got into the elevator, locked themselves in there, forgot that the mom was able to crawl through the vents, but now she's the homunculi creature.
Well, they blew up her. They blew her one of her arms and one of her legs off.
Well, yeah, they didn't know the homunculi creature was coming, but they forgot.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know why they didn't think that any of the others wouldn't climb through the vents. Anyway, so she starts like coming in, but they're also at the same time they're drowning in the blood because the blood starts pouring into the elevator coming from nowhere. We don't know where the blood's coming from, by the way. The Deadites just creating blood that filled the elevator up. And then it breaks the elevator's weight capacity, so it drops them all the way down to the basement. And that's how they basically escaped.
Spits them out into the parking garage.
Yeah. Like very much like that scene from The Shining.
The Shining, yep.
And then so the mom and the homunculi creature, the mom and the two siblings, they find a chainsaw in the truck, which was not meant. The chainsaw wasn't mentioned earlier in the movie.
The chainsaw was part because that was a wood chipper.
Yeah, that was a wood chipper.
Mm-hmm.
It was. And they were like, she's like, "Oh, I'm about to cut you up, baby. You're gonna join us." Like they're about to chop at the little girl and then put her body parts on them. But the thing about the Deadites is they love to like cause fear first, so that makes sense why they didn't just kill her right away. Because they
See, that was gonna be part of my next thing. The idea that they had the opportunity to kill her right off the bat, but didn't for the plot. They gave the little girl had plot armor, but I get playing with your food, I guess, would be the thing to call it.
That's the Deadites have done that in almost every movie, so that's not out of character for them.
Yeah,
they love to torture their victims before they do the final kill. I mean, look at the mom; they beat the living hell out of her before they possessed her body. That was a slow death.
Yeah.
The one character I thought was probably more traumatized than the little girl because if he had lived, the son, he would have had to live with the fact that he was the reason that all this happened.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who played the record, opened the book, and got the book read from.
I always my mind always goes to the original Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Don't read from the book.
You mustn't read from the book. Very underrated movie. Fantastic.
Underrated? That movie was fantastic.
That movie was fantastic, but it doesn't give as much respect. Looks like I've got all the horses. Benny, look who's looks like someone's on the wrong side of the river. Yeah. Okay. Benny just saying a prayer in every single language he knows because that's his character. I love Benny. Benny was funny in that movie.
Yeah. He's sitting there getting like chased by the mummy. He starts pulling out all these little trinkets when one prayer doesn't work. He just pulls another one out, praying to any god that will listen.
And then all of a sudden the mummy recognizes Hebrew.
The language of the slaves.
Mm-hmm. But end of the movie, they managed to get out, and then you find out how the beginning of the movie actually happened.
By the way,
that's possessed the girl. The sister and the little girl just walking out, just covered in blood. And as they're walking out, they stop. She turns around, grabs the chainsaw, keeps on walking. It's like, and of course, what does my brain do to me? My brain goes, "How are you going to explain that to the police? People are going to be looking at you kind of funny. You're not going to catch an Uber with this one."
No. Your ass is walking.
That's where my brain went. I'm enjoying the movie, and all of a sudden I'm thinking on a rational level.
I know, give them like 5 minutes on the streets, their ass is getting arrested.
I mean, unless they're in Los Angeles, then they'll just look normal. Or San Francisco. Then people will just give them a wide berth.
I've heard Detroit's pretty bad.
So, man.
But yeah, so that's that first scene where the scalping that felt like it would hurt. That felt like it would hurt. So in the very beginning of the movie, like with the time jump of the movie, I guess, like
one day earlier,
she goes over to her cousin who's already possessed by the Deadites, and then
who's laying on the bed, and then sits up bolt upright and starts reciting the passage from the book she's reading. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
What was it? Wuthering Heights?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Well, what book was it?
I don't remember. That's what I just said. Anyway, so the girl has this lovely little ponytail she's playing with. And then the Deadite grabs the ponytail and just yoinks it and scalps the bitch without a blade.
Oof.
You literally see the top of her brain or the top of her
Well,
skull.
top of her skull. The
And
meat and the
she's still,
fleshy
by the way,
parts.
she's still alive for that. We never see that girl die, by the way.
Oh, she did.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
later
eventually she's gonna die.
yeah, but we don't actually. Yeah, it's assumed she's gonna die, but that
What was the purpose of taking the drone and cutting herself in the face with the drone?
because with the
Like,
Deadites, they like to torture the body because if you remember correctly, that girl was still alive. So, like, if you, any of the Evil Dead stuff, like if the person hasn't been killed yet, they're still alive in there, so and they get to feel all that pain. And the Deadites
okay.
love causing pain. That's their thing.
Go back and watch Army of Darkness. I'm gonna go back and watch the 2013 Evil Dead. I wonder, like, okay, so now there's a bunch of channels that have Discord watch parties and stuff like that. It's like, how would you get away with that? I mean,
It's not it's not broadcast. They can't copyright you.
if you're just sitting there watching it on Discord, it's like, hey, what you doing? Share my screen.
So long as you don't
Whichever.
stream it on YouTube or Twitch or any of those
Yeah.
streaming platforms, they're not going to copyright you because unless someone specifically knows the copyright owner and goes and tells the copyright owner that you're streaming it on Discord, you're not going to get in trouble for that.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I'd thought about that every once in a while. I was like, get somebody to watch a TV show with me. I'm gonna
I mean, me
force you
and
to watch Gotham Knights. Suffer with me.
me and my girlfriend, whenever we can't spend time with each other, we just pop on Discord and watch anime together. So it's not
No,
impossible.
I download. I mean, I acquired acquired the first season of Chainsaw Man, which is just so.
Why don't you just go to the link I sent you?
I don't know because I forgot.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Hi, have we met? I have alarms for things that I can't remember what they're for. Hi,
Yeah, well,
just make a list. Yeah, I'll forget where I put it. I have notes on my phone where every once in a while I'll go scrolling through the little, the Samsung notes and everything. I'll be like, I have no idea what this is for. What do these words mean? Even if I have a title, like thankfully, games to check out. It's like, okay, well, I know what that is. And just all this other stuff is like, I don't know what
the
half this
years
shit
have not
is.
been kind to
It
Kilton's
has
brain.
nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the years. I have been like this all my life. It's it, it's ADHD, neurodivergent. Sorry, that's just the way my brain works.
Again, the years have not
Granted,
been kind to his brain.
some of the things that I have done, ingested, imbibed, whatever you want to call it, that probably didn't help, but that's not the cause.
Sure, it isn't. You just keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Hey, I will. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like,
Absolutely, I recommend it. Like I said before, if you enjoyed the 2013 Evil Dead remake, you will
well, if you
enjoy
just
this movie.
enjoy Evil Dead in general.
There's some people who didn't like the Evil Dead remake because it didn't have the humor. It didn't have enough of it, probably.
I mean, there was some humor in this movie, some, not a lot, but not.
So what I found, I've tried to like if I'm watching HBO Max, and I've had Streamlabs up on like I'll be watching. So first of all, HBO Max and I think Hulu, they do not work if you have a VPN up. So that's the first fucking problem that irritates the hell out of me. And then if I'm watching like when I was watching not Gotham Knights, but The Last of Us on HBO, watching it, taking my notes and all this other shit. It would not. It was just a blank screen on Stream Labs, so not just does not work. So those two things, those are the little protections that the streaming services use to keep people from streaming all that shit. But when you have other means of acquiring videos, I don't know how that works because I've never tried it.
Neither have I. I just usually just go to my my sites that I watch the stuff at, and that's what I do.
I have to actually use this. I still want to get my hands on a hard copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. It's a absolutely fantastic story. I heard on Saturday night, Cassie was talking about uh, her concern for Seth Rogen's mutant mayhem, and it made me think of The Last Ronin. I want to get my hands on a hard copy of those comic books because it is a fantastic story.
We have
Hopefully,
comic book
whoever is
stores
doing,
around the town.
yeah, I know, but I don't know how to do those things.
You don't know
Uh,
how to walk into a comic book store and ask
no, I actually don't know where Dan's store is.
Dan. Oh,
Yeah,
it's over on Ambassador by the Smoothie by the not Smoothie King. Something about Sanctuary Gaming.
yeah.
Yeah, it's over there. Like right before you hop on to
Yeah, let's talk about all the roads in our area.
well, they know we live in Lafayette. We don't give a shit. What are they gonna?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
How are they gonna find us?
Oh my God, you're doxing me. Somebody took my picture. Okay, I was out helping one of my techs, and someone took my picture and sent it to my girl I dated in high school, not knowing that she knew who I was. So she sends me the picture. She's like, I didn't have to look at the picture. I knew it was you. I just laughed at it. I was like, see, I do wear it out in the wild.
But yeah.
Yeah, Kilted Cage is not just an online nickname. It's I've been wearing a kilt. I've been wearing kilts, modern utility kilts for the past 2.5, almost. Fuck yeah, 2.5 years now.
You know, Dan's store is if you take Ambassador all the way up to where the tropical smoothie is. It's in the same little like strip mall area as that. It's like right before you get on to right before you take that light to go to Cameron Street. You know how like,
I
there's
know
this
what it is. Okay.
you know where the light is that like separates Ambassador and Bertrand.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's right before that light. Like if
Yeah.
you're coming from like say College Saloon, go all the way up to that up Ambassador to get to that light, and like half a mile before that light where the tropical smoothie is in the same little spot right there.
Yeah. I know the strip mall.
There you go. Now you know where Dan's store is
Belch.
because you know and Books 2 closed down. So
Oh, so what kind of predictions we got for the upcoming Marvel movies and DC movies
I
and
would like to.
Star Wars? Fucking
I
Ray. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I might not even watch the new stuff. I might watch the Old Republic movie, maybe. But anything
Do you
new,
think that? Do you think they're even going to be able? They're even going to make an Old Republic movie?
it was announced.
Uh huh. How many things has Kathleen Kennedy announced
I don't fucking know, dude.
that have been canceled? Rogue Squad got canceled. Ryan Johnson's trilogy got canceled. I'm pretty sure Taika Waititi had something in the works that got canceled. Hmm.
I don't know, man.
All this shit's getting canceled. They announce one thing after another, and it doesn't happen. Star Wars fans get all excited, and shit goes downhill.
I
It's
don't
a
know, dude.
it's a lack of interest. So what I can't wait for is the Marvels to
Fail.
bomb miserably because it's going to bomb.
Yeah, well,
It has two characters that people don't really know who they are, and one character that nobody likes.
they
That's
not no. I love Miss Marvel in the comics. I just don't. I
it's
don't.
a comic book run that's been canceled how many
Oh,
times?
not
I got it
Miss. Okay,
written.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Captain Marvel.
I've got that shit written down. No, the Captain Marvel comic book run has been canceled so many fucking
No, I'm talking
times.
about the character. I'm not talking about her series.
You can like the
I like.
character all you want to, but
I don't
dude,
like Brie Larson.
it's a fail. Well, Brie Larson's a twat anyway. So
No, when done right, Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel nowadays is that
where'd you go? Hoshiro will be back momentarily. Carol Danvers Captain Marvel has been canceled 10 fucking times. Where you at?
What do you mean back momentarily? I've never left.
Your icon is different. Is not there.
It's the same on my screen. I'm looking at the chat on I'm gonna look at the live stream on YouTube, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't change anything.
Well, your icon. I'm looking at StreamYards. Let's see. Do 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 do.
You can hear me, so I'm still here. Clearly,
Well, yes, I can hear you, but can everyone else? It's very bizarre. Let's go see. Do 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 do. Boom. Okay. Cool. That was a stupid voice. You should have heard me when I was playing fucking Dredge. I'll play more of that. Yep, we can hear him. Say what now?
oh,
Can everybody hear this? Testing 1, 2, 3.
I
Because I
don't.
got so much shit open around here. No, dude, the Carol Danvers Miss Marvel has been canceled 10 times. The comic book run has been canceled 10
Talking
times.
about the older version of her before they got like super, I guess, woke with it or
I wouldn't
whatever.
call it woke. How about just bad storytelling? Just
Like
bad stories, bad
back when
writing.
it was Mister and Mrs. Marvel, she was a good character. I found.
Monica Rambeau has been canceled numerous times. Kamala Khan has been canceled 6 times. These are failed comic book runs.
You mean like
Absolutely failed characters.
You mean like Riri Williams?
That's go. Oh God, Echo. Who the fuck is Echo?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I don't even know who Echo is.
Mm-hmm.
I know
And
who
that's
Daredevil is.
some.
I know who Elektra is.
Yeah.
I like both
Oh,
those
Disney
characters.
Plus is gonna fuck all that storyline up. I'm sorry. So many people have all this hope, and hope is like, it's a wonderful thing. It's nice to have, but Disney is failing. 1 or 2 good episodes of a show does not make an entire season. Okay, they're.
Talking about She-Hulk, or are you talking about the
Oh
Mandalorian?
God, I'm talking about Mandalorian. Like 1 or 2 episodes that are decent with a convoluted, contrived storyline. Blech. You
I
can't
wouldn't.
like
I don't have.
how do you
You
gonna
know,
defend a show where the audience score, sure, it's Rotten Tomatoes, fucking whatever, 90%, 90%, 50% from season to season. The ratings, the Nielsen ratings for Mandalorian season 3 are plummeting.
I don't have an issue with like these women coming in here and like making their own series and all that shit. But whenever they start doing like self inserts and start
Just
like trying to like change the
ugh,
source
you mean like
material,
every goddamn? They're not changing this. Well, no, they are.
oh,
They're
The Witcher.
copying. They are copying the source material. They're going to take Heir to the Empire and give it to Ahsoka, right?
Oh,
Well, that's the theory: is Heir to the Empire and the whatever storyline it is, rebuilding the Jedi Order. They're going to give that one to Rey Palpatine, but your Star Wars fans are just gonna just gonna eat it up. Don't like Red Letter Meter. I think it's again. I guess it's.
unfortunately, John is eating it up. That's
I
for sure.
know him and I. He like I don't like. No offense, I love the dude, but don't. If your response is going to be, um, if your response is going to be, they're they're too picky or they're dumbasses. It's like you are brushing off legitimate criticism of a product when the ratings come in and they are down. They are just the interest in the product that you love. I don't have a problem. You want to enjoy it, that's fine. But less and less people every single episode, every single year, every single movie, less and less people are enjoying it. If you look at the Disney trilogy for Star Wars, first one, I got that fucking shit written down somewhere too because this was just because I wanted to know. Force Awakens, okay? Force Awakens made $2 billion. Duh.
It,
It's the best. We didn't have any Star Wars, and then Last Jedi, $1.3 billion, a $700 million drop in revenue. That means less people are going to the theater to watch your show. That is a massive deal. That is important. And then Rise of Palpatine. I will not call that bitch Skywalker. Fuck you.
no,
Rise of
I
Palpatine
hate
made
that.
$1 billion. So $700 million drop, $300 million drop in revenue. Translation: less and less people are going to watch your show. And what happens? They finally put out something good, Andor, and nobody watched it. Nobody watched it. Nobody talked about it.
because all
And
the
it was
characters die. Everybody,
that is irrelevant.
you know their
Okay,
fate.
Rogue One. No bullshit. Rogue One. You know what the hell happens. Everybody dies in the end. It doesn't matter if you know. You want to see how they got there. You're interested in the story of how they got there. Okay? If that's the case, what do you explain the popularity of the prequel trilogy? That made billions of dollars. Well, I don't know how I didn't look that up. I probably should have. Because that would have helped my point. But those movies were popular. They were talked
Well,
about
okay,
a
because
hell of a lot,
no one knew how Vader came to power or anything like
but
that.
they know he became Vader and he dies in Return of the Jedi. So
Spoiler,
that logic doesn't work.
spoiler,
The logic
everyone.
that nobody
Vader
cares about
dies.
Andor because he dies. So it's like, yeah, well then why do so many people enjoy Rogue One? You know everybody dies.
I honestly didn't really enjoy
I
Rogue
haven't
One.
watched it. I heard it was okay. I don't know.
It was meh. Like I don't I don't mind if they get off the Skywalker stuff. I don't mind it if they, as long as it's good. Like the first two seasons of The Mandalorian were good. And he's not a Skywalker.
How about a story in the Star Wars universe that doesn't take place on Tatooine? How about that? Ever stays like is on the opposite end. How about a story that characters aren't interacting, like someone from the sequel trilogy isn't involved with like this massive universe? Again, I say it so many times and I bring it's just
I like the little what you call them, the anthology stories with the animations, because they had nothing to do with the
yeah, that's why I enjoyed a few of them. There's one gripe so far, and again,
I think my
I'm
favorite one was the one with the old man Sith just going around fighting Jedi for fun.
I don't think I watched that one. But I know
Like
one of the channels is oh fuck, what's his name? Chris Gore, um, from the old Attack of the Show and all that stuff. Chris Gore apparently has been able to. He either watched or he was referencing the trailers that they had out for it. Every single story is a female protagonist. Take that however you want
of the anthology.
of the season two anthologies.
Oh, I was like
Season
talking about.
two, season two. Yeah, I know season one wasn't that because my favorite one was the samurai with the R2 unit and the hat. That was fantastic with the collecting the lightsabers and everything. I thought that was my favorite one so far. But yeah, apparently the season two of Star Wars Visions, all the protagonists, because Kathleen Kennedy, Force is female. How is that going to affect the story? I don't know. I don't care. I want to watch them because I want to see what the stories are. Are the stories good? That's all I've that's all I care about. That's all I've ever cared about. Give me a good story. She-Hulk was not a good fucking story. Velma was even less. Oh god. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe Disney will fire her before
fucking
all this
less.
shit gets.
Yeah, no. She knows where the bodies are buried. She is not going anywhere. It doesn't matter what like I'm sorry, but no. Kathleen Kennedy is not leaving until she wants to. Because with all the failures, I know there's a rumor out right now, but again, there's been one rumor after another. The only thing Velma has to do with Disney is just I'm traumatized from Velma. I am absolutely traumatized from that abysmal excuse of a show, and just oh god.
You know, he's just tired of it all being the same woke bullshit. We
I don't
all
even
kind of
care if
are.
it's I no, I don't care if it's woke. You want to put a message in there? Be my guest. Give me a good story. Give me an interesting story that with characters that I care about instead of
No,
contrived
I'm tired
bullshit.
of the woke message. I really am.
Eh, give me a good goddamn story. Just make a good fucking story. Oh yes, but where was I? Yeah, there's the latest rumor as far as Kathleen Kennedy's employment is if 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 Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, if it fails at the box office, she's going to be out. And my response is, I'll believe that when I see it because I don't know. They are scared to release any of their shows to the theater.
It,
Like, is
I don't know, man. It just seems like they're just trying to kill off every, not characters, but kill off every, like, I don't know,
the
all
legs
the
they're
legacy of, like,
insult the legacy characters? Okay, so on general vagues, when you hear wokeness, um, I see a lot of discussion online. In the latest thing being Aloy kissing a woman, and people going, "Oh my God, Horizon Forbidden, this, that, or the other. It's going woke. It's going woke. It's going woke." Well, when that story came out, people screamed for the rafters, and if you complained about it, if you said anything about it, then you were a homophobe. The problem is so many things have come out with that sort of advertising, it throws up a red flag. So they're automatically Aloy is suddenly a lesbian. So that's automatically what you think. And that becomes people have become so jaded that that bit of advertising, if that's what you're talking about, we're automatically going to think it is this. You know,
also if they,
A plus B equals C. And that is what people have become so used to, and they react accordingly. But if you react accordingly, you're called a homophobe, you're called an istophobe. And I don't like that. Come to find out that that little part in the game, a little bit more was spoiled, and it's actually you have a choice, you have an option. You can go through with the romantic option, or again, based on screenshots, and someone else on Twitter said that there's another option where you're not comfortable with the kiss. And it's like, okay, well, I don't think that's woke because I play Cyberpunk. I've beaten the game. I got over 600 hours in the game, and the only the I play a female character because all the dudes in that fucking game, I don't like the voices and their ugliest sin. The only romantic option that I've done through 3 playthroughs is with Judy because of her character and the way it's written. And she gets naked with your character. So, I'm not going to lie, I am a guy. But is that game woke? Is Cyberpunk 2077 woke because it has a lesbian kiss, a lesbian sex scene? It's like it has a homosexual, it has a male on male sex scene with Carrie. So this idea that just because there is a homosexual romance in a video game that automatically makes it woke, that is the kind of that's the kind of shit that just like you look responding like that, I feel like you're not making yourself look good. You're not helping the the argument, you know? You're
well,
not helping yourself with that argument. If I understand it throws up a red flag and you wait to see what the end product is, you and judge it accordingly. But
well, you know that I don't
you
judge it
know,
unless I've seen it or played it.
yeah, exactly. You wait to see what the end product. One
But
screenshot,
the
one trailer is not enough for me to call. It's like, okay, that's going to be shit because of this. It's like, no, if I see that in a piece of media, then I'm going to go, okay, that's a red flag. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic or cautiously hesitant to see the end product. But
but like no, for me, what makes me think about the whole woke thing is like let's use Little Mermaid for example.
mm,
They race swapped Ariel, right? Cool, whatever. I don't give a shit.
oh,
But the
I
fact,
love Jade Longbone talking about that whenever she comes out of the water with the dreads.
but the
Oh.
fact that like they're expecting people to negatively react, and that way they can just be like, oh, the moment someone negatively reacts, they can use it as ammunition.
Oh, dude, they have the articles written already.
Like
It's called
it's like
there's a term for it. It's called fan baiting. It's done intentionally in a way to get fans talking about it because they think negative all press is good press. It's like, no, it's not. You got a million downvotes, but I guess those are all fucking racist. It's like, no, it's people criticizing your shit because of all the red flags you're putting up. And yeah, the part with when Halle Bailey comes out of the water and her wet locks fucking jerk her head back and forth, it's like that wasn't comfortable. It looks uncomfortable. It looks bad. It looked bad in the trailer. So
basically what I'm gonna say woke is like
we didn't make another show.
when Disney purposely
Oh
does
God.
stuff to like I don't know check a box. I guess I feel like turning Ariel black was just a way for them to like let's check this box off. And then if you
How about
criticize,
this? Here's the thing. How about my whole thing is like you want to give it to the actress Halle Bailey? Sure, that's fine. She's a beautiful singer. Hearing her sing, it's like, oh, absolutely fantastic. I'd like to see it. But when they come out with the articles automatically calling the criticism racist, just that's a problem. That tells me you're this is a virtue signal. Just let the people complain. Don't respond to the because there are a few people that say, "Oh, the racist trolls." Like, yes, some of them are racist trolls. Why? Because you're on the fucking internet. But when you automatically use a blanket statement like that to cover all criticism, well, you're a prick, and your show is going to be shit, and you're going to suffer for it.
I
You
feel
know?
like them changing Ariel to a different race was just it was like a shield. That's whenever I
Yep.
start worried about wokeness is when
Mm-hmm.
they start using it like they write a piss poor story or they try to reimagine it for a modern audience. I use air quotes for that. You can't see it, but I'm using air quotes. Trust me. And then like they either gender swap, race swap, turn a character gay that was originally straight, or vice versa, turn
Oh,
a
you
gay
mean
character.
like in comic books? Oh, rob
Yeah.
me. Anyway.
And then if you
Uh,
even come close to it with like any kind of negative, they use it as a shield. Like, oh, red flag. This guy is saying negative things
mhm.
about it. It's just it
and
automatically just wants to turn me off the whole thing.
And that's even if you come at it with legitimate criticism. You come out with a legitimate argument of why it doesn't make sense for Ariel, a mermaid, underwater, especially considering was it? It's Denmark, where I don't know where the mythologies come, but it's primarily face-to-face pesca white people. It's white people lore. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we want to see like just
I
mm,
would rather
it's
I,
virtue signal. It's a virtue signal shield for your shit story.
I would rather them create an ethnic character that is brand new than race swapping because I know it can be done. And Kanto was a success. The
I enjoyed Encanto. I love that movie.
Princess and the Frog was a success.
Oh, oh, I know Ark has heard me talk about this. I got all the Lego Disney minifigures, the 100th anniversary. I got the last one today. And Facile, the voodoo priest, and fucking what's her name in Princess and the Frog. I got both of those, and I thoroughly love them. I love them all. I love the minifigures. Princess and the Frog was fantastic.
Also,
Encanto
what's it?
was fantastic.
Mulan was good. Pocahontas was good.
Okay,
Like,
let's not go too far. All right,
you don't fucking mean go too far.
Pocahontas, really?
The
Oh
original. I'm
man.
talking about the original one, not the
Yeah,
second
I
one.
know. I know you're talking about the original one. It's like,
That was a good movie. Shut up.
oh, you mean like the song where they're both calling each other white devil like devils and they're not even human? That won't be in the live action remake.
Oh hell no. I'm just saying though, like they've
Oh,
made movies with other ethnicities that have been successful, and
I
it
liked
doesn't
Encanto.
they don't
We
have
don't talk
to.
about Bruno. No, no. That is
You don't
all my kids sang. Oh my god.
you don't have to race swap to make a good
We
movie.
don't
Is what I'm
talk about
saying.
Bruno. No, you don't. But the Hollywood, the creative, you're talking about the creatively bankrupt that haven't had an original idea in a decade.
Honestly, that's why I'm so
And
glad this movie.
the closest thing they had to an original idea in comic books was Snowflake and Safe Space. What? The new Defenders. Oh my god. Did you know about that one?
Nope, nope.
Good. It was terrible. Snowflake and Safe Space. This was their superhero names. Yeah. Mm.
But
I screech those songs around my kids just to get on their nerves because that's what they did to me. I tortured them. Moana was a fantastic movie. I enjoyed it. I remember most of those songs as well. Oh, I'm going to be picking up the Lego set for Up. The house and the old man with the balloons. That Lego set's out. I'm getting that. I will be picking that up because I don't I'm not the kind of person that's going to not how do I put this? I don't boycotts don't mean anything anymore. And when it comes to entertainment half the time. unless you're Bud Light and you totally tank the demographic and lose $600 million in fucking stock value.
Which
Um,
I will
oh
say,
God.
I don't know what this is supposed to say about Disney, but like the fact that they took Cobra Bubbles and turned him in a big black man, turned him into a short white woman.
Okay, no, that's not okay. That's not true. That's not true.
It's not
No.
okay.
People made that assumption because they cast a woman as a social worker and did not say exactly who that was, but um, they did clarify a couple of days later who's Ark, who's the actor.
And if it's not Terry
Live
Crews, I don't want
action.
it.
It's not Terry
It
Crews.
should have been Terry Crews.
Um, wait a minute. No, Courtney B. Vance. Courtney B. Vance. What is he from? No, Collider. I don't want to give you any money. Let's look up. Okay, what else has Courtney B. Vance been in? Do 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 do. So, what would you recognize him in? Let It Shine, Lovecraft Country, The Preacher's Wife, 61st Street, The Adventures of Huck Finn, Uncorked. I do not
I
recognize
have
any.
seen The Adventures of Huck Finn, but I don't remember him.
You would probably recognize him. Yeah,
I honestly have not really watched any of this shit. No, I'm thinking of Tom and
yeah,
uh Tom Sawyer and Huck. Other
yeah.
than that, I don't think I've seen any of these movies actually.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they released that information intentionally to get people talking. Fan baiting. It's becoming a thing. It's ridiculous, and it does kind of make it. I don't know. They're adding a social worker. That was the original casting, the woman that they cast. Um, and then it came out a couple of days last week that the original actor that they got to play David had some questionable. Um, he used some questionable words online, so his ass got canceled using some derogatory terms. So they recast that. It's just the idea. I'm just thinking about a live action Lilo and Stitch, wondering how the hell are you going to put Jumba and Pleakley and a giant shark alien thing in a live action movie, much less Experiment 626. Like
If they go the Pokemon route, it'll look good.
this is it's going to fail. And if I read correctly, it's going straight to Disney Plus. So even if it does fail,
Oh,
they can
that's
lie
actually
all they
good.
want about it.
I would love. Yeah, actually, that's a good point, General.
What's
Shaq
that?
would make a good Cobra Bubbles too. Shaq's hilarious.
I don't
Shaquille,
well no, Cobra Bubbles is not that tall. He's not tall.
he was a big dude.
No, he was a large guy, but he wasn't tall.
Um, but yeah, I honestly think Terry Crews would have been perfect for the part personally. But I don't know how Terry Crews' relationship with Disney actually is. So
I haven't
if
seen has he been in
man
much of
if
anything lately?
I think he has a show. I do know that if he was still alive, Michael Clark Duncan would have been a great pick for that.
Who was the well or they could use the actor that did the voice for Cobra Bubbles because he's still alive.
Does he look like? Does he look like? Is he like tall or the size? Or hell, you even Christopher Judge, the guy who played the voice actor who played Kratos, should have done it.
Just don't give him a microphone and let him say thank you to everybody. Good Lord.
More.
Oh God. Ah, yeah. Live action Lilo and Stitch. It's going to be dead in the water. But it'll be interesting to see let's see what Little Mermaid. It's going to fail, and they're going to blame the for it, like they try to do every time. That's why Reva was in Obi-Wan.
I don't know, man.
A poorly written character that was used. Ving Rhames, yes, I love Ving Rhames. Um,
I just
Peter
wish they
Peter
would.
Pan and Wendy is just
I wish they would stop changing shit, man. I just really wish they would. I just wish they would leave it alone, or if they're gonna remake it, at least stick to it.
Disney needs to do what they used to do. Every 10 years or so, pull the movies out of the vault, remaster them, make a fuck ton of money, put them back in the vault. Cuz that's what they did. It they would create it was an intention it was a manufactured shortage. That's all it was. We're going to re-release this movie from the vault for a limited time. Get it while you can. And Disney fans like me, my ex-wife, that's what we did. It's like, oh, got to do it. We go to the Disney store. I think we were members. We were. I think there was a membership for the Disney store that if you got the movie, if you pre-ordered the new release on DVD or VHS or whatever, you got extra stuff. So it was like Disney used to be able to print money. That's like nothing.
Up until what, like
I like. Hold on.
2015?
I like General Vague's idea. Ice Cube. Come on, that would be fantastic. But
I
no,
don't
yeah,
think
no.
Ice Cube's acting anymore. Honestly,
I think after everything happened a couple of years ago with the politics thing, he's gotten. I don't know. He likes doing comedies. I like some of his comedies. In
Man, I don't
fact, his
even know
son
what the
was
hell you're talking
his son played him in the Straight Outta Compton. But no, Disney used to what the did you just blow your nose or something?
No, I was putting trash up. Sorry.
Oh, good lord! Mute your microphone when you're going to do that stuff. Disney used to be able to print money, and now they just burn it. You know, they're not going to go out of business. They're still going to be able to do this because of all the money that they make from the theme parks.
Or ESPN, or all the sports stuff that they do.
ESPN is laying off people left and right. All these companies are having to lay off people because they thought. I guess probably part of it was the whole streaming bubble. What happened? Everybody was at home with nothing better to do with their time, and what happened? The video game industry exploded. Streaming industry exploded. Unfortunately, people had to go back to work, so the streaming went down. The streaming numbers went down. Did video games go down? Nope, because people still want to play video games.
Like Hogwarts Legacy.
Well, no, Disney, I don't as long as they're making money with their theme parks, they're okay. But it's going to take a few bombs. You know,
A few.
Netflix, I don't know. I think Netflix will probably hurt faster than Disney.
Yeah,
I guess
because
Disney can afford.
they pissed
Well,
off
no,
the Witcher fans.
but then Amazon can afford to lose a fuck ton of money because it's Amazon.
Well, yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Disney's not going anywhere either. Don't get us wrong.
Oh no, I don't think. Well,
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really wish they would take from
Well-
Nintendo's example, because Nintendo, when the Mario movie came out, Hollywood wanted to be like, "Hey, you need to make this movie about Peach. You need to make it more. Here's the check marks you need to make." And then Illumination was like, "Okay, we're gonna make these check marks." And Nintendo stepped in and said,
yay!
"No,
Said, nope, don't do that.
you touch
Like
that,
Mario.
you touch that like that, and
I
we're
know.
gonna drop everything. You will get nothing."
I'm so very thankful Nintendo stepped in and said nope. I saw there was I all kinds of shit
Because-
comes across my recommended and everything. Some of them I just look at the title and go no. Other things and because I've made the mistake of watching a couple of other Grace Randolph videos. I don't know why because I'm a glutton for punishment. I hate myself. But one of them was talking about I think it was an article talking about how the success of the Super Mario Brothers movies was a bad thing. And how the likelihood that we're going to get one thing after another, one bad video game movie adaptation after another. And I think there is some merit in that because you have Hollywood that sees a billion-dollar blockbuster like the Super Mario movies, and they just automatically think that all they have to do is make a video game movie and not actually put any effort into it. If Nintendo wants to make the same amount of
You
money,
mean like the Mortal Kombat movie?
which one? I heard one of them was really good. The most recent one's getting a sequel.
I know, and I'm
Yeah,
disappointed because it was shit.
I gotta go watch it. But
It
no,
was hot garbage, is what it
yeah, it was hot
was.
garbage. Well, that's because they put Captain Generico in it.
So
No, it was a generic protagonist. Is one of the complaints that I heard.
so fucking stupid, is what it was.
Um, Nintendo's not going to be able. I don't think they'll be able to skate by on nostalgia in a second movie because Super Mario, great family movie, nostalgia, fan service done right, but I don't know how successful. I don't know.
Nintendo's been
I don't want to.
Nintendo's been making stories about the same Italian plumber saving the princess for over 60 years. I think they'll be fine, or not 60 years, like
But
30 years, something like that.
do you think? Do you think?
They could just look, dude. They could just recreate any of the number of games that, like, if we can get a Mario 64 movie, I think that'd be fucking fun. A Luigi's Mansion movie, it'll last them a long time. And during that time, Nintendo has writers that'll come up with new shit. I think Nintendo's gonna be
What
fine.
I'm saying is I think they need to put more effort into the story instead of trying to cram so much fan service. I'm not complaining about the fan service, okay? I love the movie. I've watched it 4 times and I love it more and more every time I watch it. Okay? Let's get that statement out of the way. But they're not going to be able to do that with a Zelda movie.
Bet.
Okay? They bet no. Legend of Zelda, Link, whatever they want to call it,
They're gonna
they
call it The Legend of
can't
Zelda.
just that's fine. But it's going to have a compelling story
Just replay
because
off.
it's one of the things that people liked about the Legend of Zelda games is the story. It was never except maybe the last 2 iterations. It wasn't the graphics. People didn't love the original Legend of Zelda because of the graphics. It was the story. It was the adventure through everything. We don't need to talk about Link's adventure, okay? We don't need to talk about the second game. I want to see a Metroid movie. I'm going to say that until I get a good one. I want Samus bounty hunters traveling across the galaxy in some way, shape, or form. Gimme, 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 gimme.
I mean, you can go to Pornhub and see plenty of those.
We don't need to talk about what I have or haven't done. No, I don't.
I mean, honestly, you can just pick any game out of the Legend of Zelda franchise, and you can probably get a success because the stories are typically pretty good for those.
Do you think fans will be okay with a rehash of a story that's already been done?
They were fine with it with Mario.
We can't use Mario as okay. It has to be done better than Mario when it comes to stories because I don't know how much of a Legend of Zelda would be family story. Mario
None.
family all day long, kids all day long. How much could Legend of Zelda, the story between Link and Zelda and Ganondorf? When did he become Ganondorf anyway?
Ocarina of Time, I think.
He wasn't Ganondorf before that?
He was
No.
just called Ganon, I think. I do
I know.
believe.
I just remember as Ganon. When they started calling him Ganondorf, I was confused. It's like,
I do
okay, I
believe
guess
that
it's
was
the same
Ocarina of
guy.
Time
And why did they change him? Because in the original Zelda, he just looked like a giant warthog.
because he had to be because he gets reincarnated. I think I know that. I know he definitely does get reincarnated a lot, but like he probably because he needed to blend in to get his plan enacted with conquering Hyrule. Maybe he was like, okay, being a giant monster didn't work the past however many fucking times he failed,
Mm-hmm.
so he became a sorcerer, a human looking dude from it was from the Gerudos. No, the Gerudos. It was the desert people. What were they called? I don't remember.
Don't know. So more than likely, it's either going to be the next. If it's, I would say something to do with Luigi's Mansion style movie, or well, direct sequel.
Nah, I mean
You know,
maybe I don't know with the Yoshi Easter egg. Literally,
just as long as they don't try and saturate the market with Nintendo movies. Oversaturation is a thing. Disney has not learned that because Disney is don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next product. quantity over quality. It's like, ah,
But
God,
no, I do agree with you. I wish John. I
quantity.
wish. I wish John would like not just instantly fall in love with any Star Wars.
Like, be critical. Like, I'm sorry, Obi-Wan, the fucking Obi-Wan show screwed so much up. I'm sorry, it just
The only good thing
did.
about that show was the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader. That was pretty much it.
Okay, I'm.
Yes.
Saturate away. General Vague just said saturate away. It's like, yeah, but no, I want decent, something good, something entertaining, something well written, well animated.
Okay,
So,
Go watch DC's animated movies.
oh, fair enough. Okay. There's
DC's
that.
animated movies are amazing.
Yes, Disney needs a competitor because they've been the big dog, and I do believe between DreamWorks and Illumination, they have a competitor. Oh God, I just remember something. Speaking of live action, there's talk that they're doing a live action of How to Train Your Dragon,
Yes, I've
and
heard about that.
please no, just don't. You don't have to make a live action adaptation of anything. Just How to Train Your Dragon, just the three movies is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I think I've only seen like the first two.
Now, to be fair, what I did hear is that the in the discussions of a live action How to Train Your Dragon, the original creator, writer, director, whatever involved that was involved with the animation is going to be involved with the live action. And yet I still will sit there and say, please just don't do that. Just don't.
Apparently, Jackie. Oh, by the way, apparently
Ooh,
Jackie
there's another
Chan.
Kung Fu Panda. There is another. I think there's another Kung Fu Panda in the works, which I'm totally fine with. I can't wait to see what the voice actor for the bad guy is.
Apparently, Jackie Chan wants to do another live action Dragon Ball because apparently he grew up being friends with Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball.
I
And
need to watch. I need to watch House of the Dragon. I've heard it was well done. So
I don't know. I once Game of Thrones ended, I kind of just walked away from it all.
I was never interested in Game of Thrones. My ex girlfriend got me sitting down watching it because she would watch it all the time, which is fine.
I enjoyed the early seasons of Game of Thrones.
I enjoyed rather particular parts of Game of Thrones.
I already mean the bouncy parts.
The bouncy parts, yes. All the bouncy parts. Do 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 do.
I haven't, general. I haven't even watched the first season of House of Dragon. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know.
I heard it.
I kind of got Game of Thrones out when Game of Thrones ended.
I've heard good things about it. So when season 2 comes out, we'll see. It got better ratings than Rings of Power.
I haven't.
Oh wait, that's because of all the racists. All the istophobes. The istophobes had a problem with the race changing in Rings of Power, but they didn't have a problem with the race changed Valerian, though. Funny how that works, huh?
Yes, well, people will always have
Kind
something to complain about.
kind of funny how that works. They didn't have a problem with the Targaryen, the Black Targaryen was it Black Targaryen or Valerian, whatever they're from. They didn't have a problem with the race change in House of the Dragon, but it's racist because they criticized the race change, the elf and the dwarf in Rings of Power. Well, how very odd. Do do do. It's
Well,
okay. George R. R. Martin's never going to finish the books anyway, so whatever.
just like what's his name is never gonna give us Half-Life 3, even though I don't play Half-Life 3.
Yeah, that's a meme. Reset the clock. Somebody talked about it. Reset the clock.
Honestly, the man, like the dude who made Valve or whatever, Half-Life, whatever, he reminds me a lot of George. They look a lot very similar to me.
Are you saying all fat guys look alike?
No, but the two fat guys who with a white beard who
All rich fat guys look alike. Oh, that's another one. That's another live action I heard about. Akira.
they didn't grow up near each other. I just know
Mm.
they were friends. I don't remember how when Jackie Chan if I remember, he was definitely early on in his career. He was he was an actor, so he traveled a lot, and they did a lot of kung fu movies. I do know that him and Akira Toriyama are friends.
He's just talking out
What
of his ass.
the fuck do you mean I'm talking about
All
my
fat guys
ass?
too. What?
By the way, your icon disappeared.
Oh, so did yours, but it's still on the stream. I got both. I got StreamYard open up and
So do I.
the channel open up.
Let me see.
The
Hold on.
live stream
I
opened up.
will. Let me see.
It's there. It hasn't gone anywhere on
Not
YouTube. So that's
you.
not who.
I was saying I'm going to search something.
I heard that another live action that I heard that they're doing is for Akira.
Yeah, yeah. They're longtime friends. Okay, according to Google, Akira Toriyama loves Jackie Chan movies. The two of them met back in Japan back in 1986. They were, I'm just gonna share my screen. Can I do that while I'm here?
There's a way to do it.
Okay. Thanks for telling me, but don't.
Uh,
Okay, sure.
do you
I
have,
found. I think I found. I think I figured.
do you have the present button?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Share. Is it working? There you go. They were friends.
The two of them once met each other in Japan.
Well, but they have a lot of pictures together. They were friends. There's not much story on. I don't
Well,
know.
they associated with each other.
Yes. I mean,
I
obviously
think you're
both
just
of them.
saying all Asians look alike. That's okay.
That is not at all what I said. I don't think he will be playing anyone in Dragon Ball.
Maybe
I
he just
think
wants to be involved in it as a producer, or
maybe
executive producer or something.
he might be the choreograph, like the guy who choreographs the fighting, the choreographer for the kung fu.
So it's just something he wants to be involved in.
Yes, he wants to make a successful live action Dragon Ball movie.
Kind of like, Henry Cavill wants to make a successful live action or Warhammer 40K show. Yes, please. Give me. Henry Cavill as the Emperor.
I mean, if Jackie Chan would play anybody, I would assume he would play either Grandpa Gohan or maybe
Master Roshi.
Master Roshi.
I mean, he's playing Splinter. He's doing the voice for Splinter. We'll see how that goes in August.
I don't think, but no, I don't see. But I mean, okay. I mean, if it makes you, I mean, honestly, I don't know if any of y'all have ever watched Dragon Ball, but if you want, because if they were friends, Master Roshi's name as his alias in Dragon Ball was Jackie Chan. I shit you not. In the original Dragon Ball, before Dragon Ball Z, when Goku was a kid and he was in the first martial arts tournament, Master Roshi entered under the guise of Jackie Chan. Not Chan, Chan. So.
Take with that what you will. What did I say? I don't know.
Or Jackie Chun.
Jackie Chun. Chun, master of Sinanju.
Here, I'll show you this.
Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one that makes me laugh, she said.
There you go. That was his disguise.
Around my head.
In the first martial arts tournaments that they competed in, he competed as Jackie Chun.
Cool. The mysterious Jackie Chun, Dragon Ball Wiki.
He's not mysterious because we literally watched Master Roshi put the wig on. It's not really him being mysterious.
I think I do like StreamYards for live streaming. Very practical, very easy to share screens and all that other nifty stuff. Yep. I like it a lot.
Well, I think we right now, honestly, for me, I don't really know what else to talk about.
Oh. So we got Little Mermaid.
I'm probably not gonna watch it, honestly.
I have to.
You could watch it. I don't. I'd rather not watch something I like get destroyed.
Viserys, that's the king, right?
I don't know.
The old man.
I haven't watched House of the Dragon. I don't
I
know.
know that's neither have I. That's why I'm asking. But that I do recognize that name as and yeah, um, I've heard again a lot of the shows that are happening. I hear other people talking about it. I watched EFAP and listening to Gary talking about it. The biggest essentially detractors going into it because they are such fans of the books and the red flags going up here, there, and everywhere, and they had their theories of how it was going to go. They gave it a shot, and it was good. So it's like, okay, cool. I think I do. Do I? I think I have access to House of the Dragon somewhere. Maybe, perhaps. Let's see. No, I do. I did get High School of the Dead. A friend of mine sent me the trailer for High School of the Dead, and I want to check that out. It's anime.
I know what it is.
But well, I don't know why I said that. Oh goodness.
I don't know. Well, I am supposed to be watching
Oh,
Renfield
nice.
sometime. I
Watch
will
what?
Renfield
Renfield. Yes, Renfield.
because my friend is in it, and I want to go. Apparently, it's confirmed by our other friend that she is in it, so
Hmm.
go watch it to support her. I mean, she's not really making any money because she's just she got paid to be an extra, but still, just to show her support for being in the movie. I mean, it's a Nick Cage movie. It looks like it'll be fun.
Yep.
He is,
Unfortunately,
and for
they,
whoever was back in the chat asking what campy is, Nick Cage is the definition of campy.
in Renfield, yeah, because the
I'm talking
way
about
all of that looks is just absolutely. It looks ridiculous, and I can't wait to see it. Grace Randolph's an idiot. Oh Lord,
who's that again?
Grace Randolph.
No, who?
Oh, she's the one that did had the terrible take on the Super Mario movie.
Oh, yeah. I blocked her
Yeah.
out of my mind.
But
It sounded like
yeah,
she was struggling to
that's.
breathe when she was talking about that. By the way,
I'm starting to realize that I believe she has a heavy Brooklyn accent. She's got some accent that she's trying to hide from everybody. It comes out every once in a while she's talking because unfortunately I've watched 3 videos of her. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why.
maybe she's
But
just
no,
stupid.
yeah, it is late. We've been up for well over 2 hours. I'm tired. I need to use the bathroom. I know, lots of information. I don't care. So, thank you everyone for joining us.
Oh yeah. One last announcement. We will probably be switching over from Tuesdays to Wednesdays.
In a week or two, something like that.
Yeah, something like that around that time. We don't know yet. He'll if you follow his channel, he'll probably keep you updated.
Oh yeah, and the nifty thing is if we switch to Wednesdays, be able to start before 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Central. So a little bit of an earlier start for sure because I won't have my own restrictions. My fucking ankles are itching now. I don't know why.
Because you're thinking about that cheeseburger scene.
Oh, I wasn't before. Thank you very much.
That'll scratch
I
that
need to
itch
get my
a little
dad.
bit.
I need to get my dad to watch that movie. He's worse than me.
That's right,
Uh,
ladies and gentlemen. We're rounding
he.
it back over to the Evil Dead.
Oh, I think just watching the trailer, my dad's like, nope, nope, out, nope, not for me. I'm like, come on, come watch it with me. Been trying to get my dad to come watch more and more movies. Got to find the next one coming out that he wants to watch so we can go see it.
Hmm.
Go see it on a Wednesday. Something with a Wednesday showing.
Mm.
Neither do I. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. We're done for the night. But yeah, for now,
See you
we'll
next
see you
Tuesday.
next. See you next Tuesday. How do I end this? Good night. Bye bye.